What one way better? I
already there. Ambra. I say, but Domini, Abba, you no more Jaya, and for the so dinately. Yeah, why are they? I have an idea. Yes, it was so at a cheap power, what for the time? Fear, Baway, yeah, New York. I thought, is this a bit of Africa? I don't say it, Africa. I don't manage duty queen. I'm a teacher, China, and Adiana can. Yatina can, the queen of Kansas, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. The Adishatin, Santi, I can. The Adishatin, I know, and Obun said, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. I says, the Adina Okan, a channel, yes, now your chair. I check, yes, and you can say, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. Where Ebemona? One at the I know, and Obun said, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. I says, the Adina Okan, yes, a channel, yes, now your chair. I check, yes, and you can say, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. Where Ebemona? Free time, fear, Baway, yeah, New York. I thought, is this a bit of Africa? I don't say it, Africa. I don't manage duty queen. I'm a teacher, China, and Adiana can. Yatina can, the queen of Kansas, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. The Adishatin, Santi, I can. The Adishatin, I know, and Obun said, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. I says, the Adina Okan, yes, a channel, yes, now your chair. I check, yes, and you can say, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. Where Ebemona, duty queen. I'm a teacher, China, and Adiana can. Yatina can, the queen of Kansas, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. The Adishatin, Santi, I can. The Adishatin, I know, and Obun said, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. I says, the Adina Okan, yes, a channel, yes, now your chair. I check, yes, and you can say, 77 Africa. I don't manage to do a Santa Crake. Where Ebemona? One at the
Crown. English alphabet.
English alphabet.
I do say.
I do 8.
I say
8.
8. Kind mammy.
First one.
Feminine. First one here.
First one here.
English alphabet. 8. First one. No.
First one here. Doctor.
Doctor. Okay.
Second one here.
Second one here. The teacher.
Second one here. Teacher.
I too.
Third one here. You be a sports.
Sports. Be a sports.
Aye.
Obi a sports cry or sports say
sports master ni dia
sports master
o communica and o hwen gora nso mo obo you know mo communica no bi
number 3
4 no teacher ni akura yengwa sadi ugwa no 4
so the guy can teacher t also doctor t first one say doctor. Second one is a teacher. Third one was a sports master. And while 2 Americana or body say po no mechanical. Now number 4 near day.
Number 4 near driver. Number 5 on the maybe a chief president. President.
On the driver. Chief president.
Okay. Driving 5th no MP.
Member of Parliament. Now,
system.
Day.
President or kind 6 match book no.
Your 6 match book.
Aye.
Your 6 match book.
Bless a whole my grind on. So can I feel be a good for the kind.
And the kind or kind of say.
God bless a whole my Ghana. I make our peace and strong go to be fair forever. Until the war.
We never buy some. Guashula soon. We never buy some.
Wow, she does. We say can. Oh, say abasem. Oh, yeah, basema. Na basema. No, I don't care. Okay. No, I can't say. Me best en go say no.
Do pense.
Oh, Wanya de.
Maybe Canada. Oh,
Tonto nyanya boano. Tonto nyanya boano.
Boano suma. O hobe ha no. Me moano. Okwa be so.
God bless our homeland. Yanko.
O da asababo.
Tonto nyanya. Hwemanim yanko. God bless our homeland. Say
Enasu bio.
yanko.
God bless the home Ghana. Any shower needs and grace and so good to be fair for forever. Neko so in the and the fly. Yeah, high to see in the ceiling on the sea. And they not see all the day in the and now power more. A nation is in and now power more.
And then power more.
Funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from I don't talk on fair. Yeah, I don't talk on fair. I don't talk on fair. Yeah, I don't talk on fair.
What would be the first thing you do as president if you're elected in 2025?
Changing the mindset. What I'll do is, and I've started. It's good you came up with this question.
We are signing out. I just wanted one thing you do.
I'll bring all musicians together to let them come up with heroic songs, and we'll organize a concert like We Are the World. R&B, high lives, reggae, gospel, they all come together.
Funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from Allah. Oh yeah, sitting Allah. Oh yeah, funny from I don't talk on fair. Yeah, I don't talk on fair. I don't talk on fair.
888 you can say I was my cousin apromoche on the chair
thank you very much for tuning in. You're live on Loud Talents TV. My name is Kevin Akoberute. Like it's exactly 5:29 p.m. 4:29 p.m. US East Coast is definitely 8:29 in Ghana. My name is Kevin Taylor. When it's Friday, it's Mixed Bag Day. We're going to be here for about 3 hours. Internet Friday, and then the first time our journey show, we are a political talk show. Friday is their friend, the Mixed Bag Friday, whereby we put all stories together. We pick stories from different angles. We don't really have a plan. That's how I'll have to say to make it easy for you. We don't follow the show plan on Fridays. What we do is we pick stories from different topics. Do I have to say that? Yes, stories from different backgrounds. We try to make sense out of it. When it's Friday, we take it easy here on this platform. So if you're watching me tonight, don't take it too serious. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be educative. It's going to be a show you cannot miss. I'm also tired a little bit. We are all tired, but we're trying to make it work. We are live on TV. We are live on radio. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are streaming across the world on different platforms. Tonight, you can watch us live on Loud Talents TV, on Multi TV. Tonight, we are live. We're also live on Loud Talents TV on Facebook, Loud Talents TV on YouTube, Loud Talents TV on TikTok. I think TikTok is off. We're also live on radio. Go to the Google Play Store. If you have an Android device, download Loud Talents Radio. You get us live. You can listen to the show live. Also, if you have an Apple device, go to the App Store and download Loud Talents Radio. We are streaming live on TV. Search for Loud Talents TV on Multi TV tonight. You will get us live. We are streaming across the world. We are in 22 African countries, including Ghana. We are also live on YouTube. Our official YouTube name is Loud Silence TV. Loud Silence TV. You will get us live this evening. I can see so many people on this platform. We have been live for 23 minutes. On YouTube, we have 3,931 people. On Facebook, we have all platforms blazing tonight. I can see Joseph Arthur watching me tonight on Facebook. Noah Alawia is also live on YouTube tonight. Leaf Track is watching me, or Leaf Track. Torrance is also live on YouTube tonight. Facebook, Joseph is watching me. Feeling is watching me. Orlando Francis is watching me live tonight on Facebook. On YouTube, Saida is watching me. Bahila is also live here on YouTube. Daniel Dagba is live on Facebook. Amos Labi watching me tonight. Ellen Tikodu is live here. Good evening, Ellen. Good evening to Frank Ampon on Facebook. Torrance is live again on YouTube. Bahilo is live on YouTube. Awudu Adams is live on Facebook. David Tete is live on Facebook. Also, Roberta Lamte is live on YouTube. KB watching me live on YouTube tonight on Loud Silence TV on YouTube. Hajia Jari is also live on YouTube tonight. Also, I can see on YouTube Harold Phillip watching me tonight. Thank you very much, Harold. And also, I can see Franklin Enate, Nazir Terrence, and all that on Facebook. Asana Habib live on Facebook. Yakumson watching me tonight. Good evening to every single person. It's a Friday evening. It's wonderful. If you're not going out to enjoy yourself, there's so many live band shows around Accra, around the world. If you want to go out and enjoy yourself, you can go with your phones. Listen to me on radio. It's fun. When it's Friday, it's Mixed Bag Day. Everybody's relaxed at home. Mama problems ni na yamfa ntonchen and the Indi Ghana Hong Komo. Ede na ekoso amente ya nipa bi ekekansam Kevin Taylor de debia and someone home amanfo edibidin and etuomo rent. It's normal. It's okay. It's good. I really respect that. Yaba one district, one factory now. My funny papi bre, my four burgers be brejuma, one burger, one Kevin. Every blogger be out blogging, majority of the 90% of them enyamia and komunyina and kitu be from them. So I understand and I respect that. We back as a Kevin Taylor them in penasem crowd can some it's part of the show. Sometimes in the attempt, sometimes in the attempt. It's very, very important. Say we need to correct some people. We are passionate about what we do. And sometimes we put ourselves in people's shoes. And so that's why we get so passionate about things. We try to keep words to ourselves. Sometimes we are able to mince words. Sometimes we go straightforward, raw. And as time goes on, you get to understand why sometimes we do that. But hey, it's not something that we planned that when we come here, we're going to be so strong at some people, use some strong languages. But the actions and inactions of some people in Ghana, especially some politicians, understanding the terrain and beginning to understand this Ghana for Jiminti, they want to also capitalize on the ignorance of some few Ghanaians. Our job here is to be the gatekeepers. We are supposed to be the firewall. We are supposed to protect the citizenry to make sure the right thing is done. Our job here is to fact check people and also make sure truth prevails. Jandam is dead. We are the Jandam killers as we are here tonight. You should enjoy the show. So I'm very, very excited to say also we do feed in atua. Edian ekoso Ghana minti in Sembe na ACC amin TB. Team, stay with me. And Friday, I'm a little slow today. So team, stay with me and guide me. Not mean to me show ni we. Into mo amushe me nyumbre nyina no. Edian ekoso Ghana minti ya nipa bi ekekan sem bi koso na matia. Mo ma me hu de ekoso se bibia so nsi ya. Mo ma me hu se bibia nsi ya ne mfa hyehyɛ so. My man tries to make me read the comment about please. The only way he can help is to like, and you can help is to like the show. Thank you very much. And this coming from Bahilo watching me tonight. Thank you very much. Bahilo said the only way you can help and support this show is to like the show. If you're on YouTube, like the show. On Facebook, share the show tonight. I'm trying to read comments. My prayer is that Almighty Allah protect and bless you, Kevin Taylor. Thank you very much. And the Ghost team, I really appreciate that. And this was coming from this message came from Malam, thank you very much. You know, I don't normally read messages. So many people watching me. The messages keeps coming, so it's difficult to read messages. It's good. Make sure you are all watching this live stream. Click on the link button and subscribe to this channel right now. Thank you very much. And this came from I'm sorry, it's gone. I'm sorry. No, it came from Kofi Azuma. Thank you very, very much, Kofi. Mr. Kevin Taylor, when are you speaking on the issue ongoing with Ibrahim Traore and the USA? Mr. Kevin, please, when are you speaking on the issue ongoing with Ibrahim Traore and the USA? He also wants us to speak on what's happening with the Burkinabe president, I hope I'm right, and the United States of America. Hey, we will take care of that. We need to get all the facts before we speak on the issues. So we will also take our time. Team, there's an assignment for us. Look into that. Let us study everything and then let the people know what's going on with Traore and the United States of America. And tough one, and he will insult them. Okay, and this is coming from "Oh boy is okay" or something like that. Okay, so we are very happy you joined us tonight, and your eyeballs have been limited. Thank you very much, oh boy. Also, we are seeing the internet God is in. Thank you very much. Also, Charles Moses, thank you, my brother. I really appreciate you. On Facebook, I can see they will be there for 40 years. Chairman Kofi Azuma. I can also see Joe Pinto say, may God bless you, my mentor Kevin Taylor. Thank you very much. Another wonderful day from Nala watching me tonight. Also, Kevin, give us more filler. It's coming from Mark Akins. And the mayor, dear power, me reading messages, but I don't normally read messages on my show. It's very interesting, sir, and I'm reading messages a lot. Pick calls, Kevin. Calls. I don't know if we can pick calls today. It's been a long time we picked calls. People want to share their ideas about a CJ issue. No, Mr. P, Mr. S, what do you think? Can we pick calls today? I'm not sure we are ready for calls. I think we can. In the next 10-20 minutes, maybe we will be able to pick calls. Mr. P, Mr. S, if you guys give me about 20-30 minutes, we should be able to pick calls. Obi said we should pick calls. We might tonight. We might pick calls. I'm writing it off. We might pick calls. Why? I just signaled the team, so whatever they can do to make sure say we are ready to pick calls. No, we can pick calls tonight. Now, Bibian Kosua Chen Nana nie pia omaba the whole Ghana ubia ehweme omo mo mpema asem nyina ehweme. People are hiding and watching. Be free and watch me. That's how it is. Do not hide and watch me. You have to be free. Open up. This is the truth. No krani nie mamon tete na mo hweme be hu se nipa be hweme amatete. All right, Mr. P, Mr. S, we are out, Mr. P, we are out, Mr. P, we are out.
By what I and it may not coincide with what my brother is saying entirely. This is elected dated 26 July 2017. It's addressed to the Chief Justice. It's signed by the President. It's titled Petition under Article 1463 of the Constitution. In my absence from the country, my office received a petition, initially undated and unsigned.
This is from the President?
Yes, signed by him. purporting to invoke the provisions of Article 1463 of the Constitution.
Don't listen to Kweku Bako. He's a liar. He's lying. All the things he's reading, are true. Kweku Bako is lying to you. Now, the ASO Ghana in Sembena make key headlines. And Friday, mixed bag. We touch on different things. Now, yesterday we were discussing issue be a MPP for the leadership of the NPP. And we played a couple of videos. One video, and the editorial meeting, a Sabah app, it was about the third vice chairman of the NPP. Now, the worrying part of that video is say these are the same people who have been in government for years. This is the national third vice chairman of a party that is today going around all over the place on TV, radio, whatever, trying to tell us to say they don't understand why the president of the republic, John Dramani Mahama, will stay within the constitution and made sure say the constitution depend why. Now sometimes before somebody makes an argument, before somebody engages you in an argument, sometimes you need to ask yourself, say, the level of thinking of this person, and he need do. This person, the IQ, where does it reach? Is he intelligent enough for me to engage this person or for anybody around me to engage the person? Now, I'm saying this because if a political party as the NPP that wants us to believe, say, it's a party full of intelligent people, and let me tell you, before a political party elects somebody and say, this person is a national executive, then it means to say the party atrase, the thousands of people who are members of the party but together, and they have pointed out to say this person, or they pointed somebody out and said you are intelligent enough to be a national chairman, a first national vice chair, second vice, or third vice, because not everybody in the NPP can get up in the morning and say, I want to be a chairman, a third vice, a second vice, or a first vice. So every time, say obi free party mu bekasa, or an individual comes from a political party that wants to rule you for years. Basically, when you vote for a political party, you have technically handed over your destiny. When I say your destiny, how you're going to live your life, because politics runs your life. Whether you like it or not. Even almost some say or some tuabano, politics still runs their life. Without politics, those people to say Sebio SDF and I say Jehovah Witness almost someone tuabano, still politics runs their life. Without politics, none of these people, irrespective of their religious affiliation, they cannot survive. Onyankopon, but it is politics that is keeping us alive on this planet. Now, so for somebody to be voted for a party to just sit down and say, we have all come together to vote, to elect somebody to be an executive, that means that political party, today, when there's any serious meeting about how this country will be governed and directed, remember, political parties work with government. It's right now, what to Obama NDC, the NDC as a political party, its leadership, they work, whether you like it or not, hand in hand with the government to make sure, say, every single policy, party opposition, the party will have to insist that the president, who is now a member of the party and now the president, the president, if even there's a national development plan, the president works within or tries to infuse the party's manifesto or party's policies or intentions, ideas or ambition into the national or holistic ideas or agenda. You cannot separate a political party ideas and vision from that party that has won power, or that political party that has won power, almost vision. So a political party and the party in government, or a government, that party now you cannot take that party away from that government. Until right now the NDC is in government, you cannot sit there and tell me that Asiedun Ketia, who is the chairman of the NDC as a political party in power, no, he does not have any influence in this government or on this government. You lie. You cannot tell me the general secretary of the NDC does not have any influence on the John Mahama administration. You are lying. He has influence. All the executives are joining the NDC executive national. Every single person has an influence on this government. Because one way or the other, the party will have to meet, take decisions, present it to the president for the president to make sure that decision basically is implemented to help we Ghanaians and also project the party's ideology and where the party stands when it comes to nation building. When it comes to party national executives, and sometimes, so we call a cabinet meetings, you're the secretary of the political party sitting in the cabinet meeting. Your executives of that party sitting in the cabinet meeting. Because Kabaka said cabinet there. Why do you allow party executives to sit in cabinet meeting? Because cabinet meeting is basically got to do with government decisions. But at the end of the day, the party's representatives, the chairman, the general secretary, sometimes the third chairman or third vice chairman sit in cabinet meetings. This is not a joke whereby we can just see it say where the air grow. Now, before I come to Williams and Nefi Sapon issue, I want you to understand this video that I played, a video we cannot just see it as a joke. This is the third vice chair of the NPP.
When they say something, it's primary fascicles, which means he has a case to answer. He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes. No, maybe. Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you. That's what. Let me tell you. Do you understand? So it can be fabricated. That's why it can be lies. So if that's why the committee sits. You see. Let's have. Oh. No, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm very much something is primary fascicles, which means he has a case to answer. He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes. No, maybe. Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you. That's what. Let me tell you. Do you understand? So it can be fabricated. That's why it can be lies. So if that's why the committee sits. You see. Let's have. Oh. No, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm very much something is primary fascicles, which means he has a case to answer. He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes. No, maybe. Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you. That's what. Let me tell you. Do you understand? So it can be fabricated. That's why it can be lies. So if that's why the committee sits. You see. Let's have. Oh. No, I'm not a lawyer, but
seriously, this guy speaking, he's the third vice chairman, national vice chairman of the NPP. He's speaking on the Chief Justice issue that we are all talking about. And this is the level of intelligence. This is how the NPP, these are the kinds of people leading the party that are making noise that they have a problem with John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic, making sure, he, as the president, working with the Constitution to get the right things done. These are the people sitting on the sidelines telling us Ghanaians, we should support them and that they know the law and that they believe that John Mahama ne NDC for and Ghana for John Mahama ewa adwumu po de oye no emfa kwan mu. This is the salakau. The seriousness of what I'm telling you, Nene, say the likes of this salakau oba NPP ma, there are thousands of them. And don't take it as a joke. Inti sa utie MPP for bebre no mokasa na 99.9% of them, this is how they think. This is their level of intelligence. So basically what they are doing, or what we are doing now, is that we are wasting our time on a group of low IQ salakals. These are people who cannot even explain to themselves who they are. But the shocking truth is, we have allowed these people to sit on our TVs, to sit on our radios, and some Ghanaians have allowed such people to try and dictate to us. Because of politics in tea, we allow such salak cows to sit on TV to try and distract, to try and misinform, to try and just throw dust. This is a national chairman. This is not a constituency. He's not a branch executive. The guy you listen to, the NPP that is making noise about this CJ removal, this guy is a national chairman. The first vice, second vice does not matter here. This guy is a national chairman. And Sebio wako school kakra. Unko school. But Sebio will finansa kakra. This is the guy the NPP are parading to go and speak to Ghanaians that the actions that John Mahama has taken, abroad the constitution gave him that right to do. No, this is the guy convincing you that NDC and or say John Mahama mo eden ewa adwene bone na the actions na Ghana constitution they take it out. John Mahama your president, we're making sure so what implementing no or no salaka or no and then the likes, we should forget about everything and trust what they are saying. Adewe, a serious matter. Let's not underestimate what we are seeing. This is a chairman, a national chairman of a party that wants to come to power. These are the people Akufo-Addo was sitting in cabinet with, thinking with. These were the people who were advising Mahamudu Bawumia and still advising Bawumia and Kennedy Japan. These are the people that want us to vote against John Mahama and the NDC and give power to. These are some of the people. It's not a joke.
When they say something, it's primary fascicles, which means
he has a case to answer.
He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes.
No, maybe.
Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you.
That's why.
Let me tell you. Do you understand? So it can be fabricated.
That's why
it can be lies.
So if that's why the committee sits.
You see, case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes.
No, maybe.
Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you.
That's why.
Let me tell you. Do you understand?
Sometimes you ask yourself, what did he tell the NPP people for them to make him a national chairman? Remember, every single person you are seeing as an NPP constituency executive regional chairman, they went to vote for these people or this guy. So what did he tell them? What form of intelligence did he exhibit for them to say the whole party, Bafwa Koto party or tin bottom £700? Edit party a Sebio near see enim nyansa chen kroma, enim nyansa chen Tamils, nyansa chen Rawlings, enim nyansa chen Mahama. Party a yede say Ghana yemfama ya ni enchichire. How did these people all go to the ballot to say we na your penal? They all went to the ballot and said, Wayne your person or your chairman, national chairman, on your constituency executive, on your regional, or you're the national chairman of the NPP. Why should anybody in Ghana today be sitting and listening to the NPP? Afinyo Markin, Michael Kwe, Hackman, Kennedy Japan, Bawumia, Akufo-Addo, You see, party leadership air committee na Akwawe. This Salakau sit in it. He is part of the people who are writing constitution for NPP. He reviews the constitution. He reads it. Almost a cultural report to be about how they were defeated in 2024. This guy was part of the people who sat down to write that report. And that is his level of intelligence. That is how, this is his best way of expressing himself for you to know he is an intelligent chairman. And that we as Ghanaians, Yenjainian Tam to me and from MPP, not always ombedi so as a government chairman. This is a national chairman.
When they say something, it's primary fascicles, which means
he has a case to answer.
He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes.
No, maybe.
Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you.
That's why.
Let me tell you. Do you understand? So it can be fabricated.
That's why
it can be lies.
So if that's why the committee sits.
You see?
Let's have.
Let me.
This is disheartening. Hammy. And hammy because I'm looking at the party. Is this the party that is making noise? Is this this is their national chairman? Is this a party telling us to get on the street? To do what? To demonstrate with them? This is how they understand the issue we are discussing in Ghana. These are their creme de la creme, the most intelligent leadership. So they want all of us to get up on the street and follow Salakhaus who cannot basically express themselves even in their own dialect. And these people want us to believe that the NPP is a party of intellectuals. Let's be real here. We are sure say NDC. Sa Salakawi obenya position with NDC. Ask yourself. We are NPP ni ask yourself. Just be honest. On also what TESCON. On also we need to chair me. On also be time. Just be realistic for once. Do you think the NDC will meet as a political party thousands of people and give this guy a national chairman position? Do you think? So today, the NPP is all over the place and they are telling us to say they want us to follow such people. We should get on the streets and do what? You see, if you can't write and you can't pronounce, obviously you can't understand. Maybe you are getting it wrong. Maybe I won't share that side. If you cannot write French, if you cannot pronounce French, 99.99% you cannot understand French. So if this guy can't speak English, if this guy cannot write English, then 99.99% he cannot understand when he's speaking English. And if this guy is the guy who was sitting in cabinet meetings where we are using English, writing reports, making sure people can go through the report, cross the T's and dot the I's and make something out of what they have been given, if these are the people leading the NPP, do you think as a nation we should hand over this nation to such people? We should even listen to them for once. And let me tell you, this is just one of the cows. Chairman Wuntumi is another cow. Abronya is a cow. These are lots and lots of Salah cows. So I'm asking, is this the party that we are supposed to spend time on? Is this the party that we are supposed to waste our time on? Let's be Ghanaians for once. Let's be Africans for once. Let us not be surprised. The young people of Ghana, the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to understand who you are. Not everybody who gives you handouts or not everyone who prays for you wants your goodness. Not everybody who is with you calling themselves Ghanaians loves you. There are people who are just pretending. There are people who are there to capitalize on you, your hospitality, your humility, your love for mankind, to destroy you. And the NPP as a political party is a clear example of a group of criminal clusters, or a cluster of criminals who have devised this strategy over years. Let us not allow these people. It hurts that you see people like these today trying to rewrite our history by trying to misquote, misinform, and disinform the young people coming up. It hurts. If you're part of the NPP today, you should be worried. But I don't care about the NPP that much. I care about what? I care about you, the Ghanaian. The NPP is bad news. There are a lot of Christmas cows in the NPP. This is a Salah cow. Wuntumi is a Christmas cow. Abronya is a Christmas sheep. These are people we cannot rely on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Friday, and when it's Friday, we need to go back to our roots and understand that we Africans, we have something natural, something that is unique, something that people do everything possible to have. We are organic. We need to believe. We need to understand, and we need to trust in ourselves. We need to trust in one another. We need to believe in ourselves as Africans. If you're watching me tonight, whatever or wherever you are, never underestimate who you are as an African. Nothing should surprise you, but you should always understand that where you are coming from is where you have to end up. Never forget where you are from. You are live on Loud Silence TV. You are live on With All Due Respect. Gigim. TV, my name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. This tune is from Tiken Jah Fakoly. He says that it's called Play Tyrann near Militong. I said nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing should surprise you and I anymore. We are still Africans. We will stick to the basics. We protect what was left for us to protect. We will go through hell, we will go through fire, but what belongs to us should belong to us. No amount of intimidation, no amount of words, no amount of indirect intimidation from wherever will take what belongs to us from us. We speak English, we speak French, we speak Arabic, we speak all sort of language. We are in the Sahel, we are on the desert, we are in the coast, we are all over the place. We believe in Africa and we believe in ourselves. The new Africa is the new generation. The new Africa is the new youth. The new Africa is the new mind. We will keep pushing, we will believe, and we will support. Nothing surprises us anymore. That's why we are always ready for whoever is thinking of taking what belongs to us from us. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. We are about to start tonight's show, and as you know, Gigim. This man, his name is Williams Anefi Sapon. He's a thief. This guy is a criminal. The youth of Africa, we don't need such thieves amongst us. We the young people, we the new Africa, we don't want criminals, fraudsters, parading in some borrowed white man's jacket, thinking they are smart. This boy, Williams Anefi Sapon, Oyewi, Oye Kromfo, nobody around the world in Africa, he should be seen as an enemy, especially in Ghana. A thief like this should not live amongst we Africans who are ready to make sure that every single step that we take is pure and true. This guy is an internet fraudster. He's a criminal. He wants to use the name of the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama's name, to dupe some Arabians. I have told this guy to never, ever go close to any business. No businessman, no credible businessman should do business with this guy. His name is Williams Anefi Sapon. He is an internet fraudster. He's a criminal. He will lie to you that he's into good business. He will tell you that the president of Ghana is his friend. All is a lie. This man, his dad, his mom, they are all into the same business. They are internet fraudsters. This guy is one of the most dangerous young criminals in Ghana. Do not do business with him. Let me show you his dad. This is dad. This man is the man behind this boy's criminality. He's been supporting him and helping him dupe businessmen around Africa and the world. If you see this man anywhere, if you come across this man, do not do business with this man. This man is also a fraudster and a criminal. He's a thief. He is the one behind this boy duping businessmen, Europeans, Americans, Chinese, who come to Ghana, who come to Africa to do legitimate business. This boy's name is Williams Anefi Sapon. That is his dad. Now let me show you his mom. This is his mom. This woman is crazily greedy. She is the one who masterminds this boy's criminality, especially in Ghana. She is in charge of the Ghana duping. Every single crime this boy has committed, this woman has been part of the crime. Do not underestimate this woman. She is a mother and also a criminal. They are all involved in this business. So it's a warning to businessmen in Ghana, in Africa, especially in Dubai. Be careful about this young man called Williams Anefi Sapon. He's a criminal. He's a thief. He is a fraudster. I gave him only 2 things to do. He was supposed to come on social media, tell the world that he is a legitimate doctor, certified as a medical doctor. He should just display his medical certification. I told him to do one more thing that was very easy to do. I told him to just come on social media, on Facebook, wherever he wants to go, to just tell the world that he never mentioned the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama's name in any of his Gold Zouk meetings. And that during the meetings, he never said the president was his friend, and that PMMC, which is now Gold Board, was his initiative, was his idea, and that he is the one behind PMMC, now called Gold Board. He told these Arabians that they should give him money, billions, and that because of his relationship with the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, he will make them rich and establish a Gold Zouk in Ghana. This boy is an international fraudster. Every single business person around the world should avoid this criminal. If he has contacted you, if you are talking to him, if he has found a way into your inbox, your email, quickly block, delete, and report this criminal. Williams Anefi Sapon is an international criminal. We all need to open our eyes very well, monitor his movement. His bank account should be tracked. He is an imposter. Every single thing he tells you or shows you, whatever he does on social media, are all planned to dupe you. Be careful about these criminals. Thank you very much. Now, so it's exactly 5:11 p.m. in Ghana, about 9:11 in Ghana. My name is Kevin Ekobedutela. It's Friday. When it's Friday, it's Mixed Bag Day. And unti ena ende metia team. Stay with me. Stay with me. End of Friday. Omo ana ka eye Williams Anefi Sapon. Omo defending omo wen. Ekurasu Kung Fu Panda. Ne onim se owo BP problem. Ekurasu Kung Fu Panda. Anadwu bia onda owo akomayare amunim mumbusa no. Kenken no ya nsantie ntia no. Me say owo BP problem. Sa BP no eno ne beku no. Ekurasu Kung Fu Panda. The be market se double no. Me say munim se owo BP problem. The oye ne kenken kwa. Sa BP no eno ne beku no efri se onka no kre. Or true for, and it is killing him slowly. And that BP and the laws of Ghana that is effective, that law, that emrane wa Ghana no any BP they be cool Kung Fu Panda. Because so we are nipa na TV na won kan okre. Now we are true for. Now I adwene say unye dwuma na atro na betwa to nkofo so edidia. Wankasa yare ewo ohun ebekun ena emra ewo kurom no samra no ebeje utata ewo samado, and that is what is going to happen to Ekurase Kung Fu Panda. Our serious heart problem on kanjremo, our serious heart problem on that nankoma ntumi mbo de mu hu no ekenken kwa adenti na omojai William Anefi Sapon wasamoka. If they are men like me, they should speak on it. Because there's a criminal case that has been initiated, and it's na Ekurase Kung Fu Panda entumi nkasa. Me say yenwie you ye be wie na dadaka mu. Pressure eye emra e wo Ghana de be ma wo no. You will run and lay in a coffin. No aka che obusuafo so munsie wo. Ghana mra ebetuma ma pressure ebekun. Now, there's a story that's making headlines that we need to also talk about. MPP mono, yes, and there are competition. And the competition is got to do with what? Canada Japan anybody umia team no, omumia ni nyina camp no, obia say party no, your core opposition formant in the party sikesem nyina saying. Remember, before Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo took over, Oye ku na oyi afoko free ono no akofa the chairman be share ho no. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo kudenti amane tu akofo afoko a odi Gregory Afoko ekotu jail ne say odi MPP for parties kan nyina odi numwi na odi board drugs. Enti afoko huye ene ko raise no party headquarters ene o catch afoko say obetwe ni mu. Enti emu eho tan na odi yeku a opam afoko opam Kwabre Japan do snitch ene oba back. Now, MPP every power just 4 months. You say party need to mean to workers. Canada Japan donate 1 million Ghana cedis to NPP to pay arrears owed workers. That means just 4 months. Party free power no. NPP na V8 by 500 to me Ramo headquarters. MPP na every week bia omoya dinner our party headquarters. MPP na hadia fati eti ni na oya concert every day. Omo pra Jimmy omo hono. Hence MPP no as we speak today. Omo nye sikampo ntia omo workers. What happened? It means the party for 8 years they were sucking the blood of Ghanaians. Every single thing that you saw, time Akufo-Addo power, and MPP as a political party were doing, the big stages, the big parties, the whatever, it was all government money. They were taking the money from a buying. Party opposition format pa. Yes, a party to mean to your workers car. Omo WCC na block and all flash toilet and bu afaso because omo to mean to your workers car obi anye dwuma ho. Party office light ni na hye. Party office oba bathroom eho kan obi antumi twitwo. 4 months party no at the end of the day sika ni nyina hye. It's the first question we need to ask and say Inti 8 years no more power na party na running event akese no na omunye sika wen na mene wu sika. They were taking the money from the finance ministry, Bank of Ghana, ni abatogu party office na gu ankurem na mo ache no modi. Inti almost omo person mo be lead party no omo se party no sebi omo mu di akire no omo adwene wo fom no Canada Japan ne ba omiam no. They are also taking advantage of that. They are taking advantage of that. And what are they doing? Omo anomu lead party na wie sika no. Right now Kokumasi ne kohwe JFK, we see a big school. Get me the picture of the school team. JFK Uko Kumasia before JFK Eba General Secretary of NPP no one see school. And the Kokumasi we see school kakraka. Before JFK Eba the General Secretary of NPP. Now you juma NYE. Nani pay saying. Within a year, obey General Secretary of NPP. And the Oba Ashanti Regional School at JFKC at the Legon. A party Sikano. And a Ghana Sikana in the name of party no and Omuria ye. Maybe Bachram and a B fee. Maybe Chow a JFK the properties. Maybe Chow executives are not with the MPP anymore. MPP headquarters one. The amount of money they made in the name of NPP as a political party. And don't get it wrong. Canada Japan made so much money on your sika chance uncle Fuwi. Because the contractor Canada Japan F4 enyawo Cocoa Board any ECG. Canada Japan bust sa tema oil refinery no on Napomo. They turned a year bust and a tour at say a storage place for them, their companies. Under MPP, na pobe energy minister, na tour, na tour containers in Canada, Japan, and Napom no store diesel, pirated diesel in there. It was in less than 4 months, to etumi make a revenue, etumi they make profit. Because during the MPP era, they were not using TOR. They were using TOR as a storage. This guy Kennedy Japan, he has made billions from a NPP Abanwi, a Ekufuado government, and he has made millions. Now, and there was CEO or the president Teddy into president into 1 million Ghana cedis. Kennedy Japan na the board chair of Shippers Authority. Someone say containers and what temaport in na yere. Sa authority no da no. Na yere na manage a port ship containers in Kennedy Japan yere. For 8 years. Na Kennedy Japan yere. Sa containers sa Kennedy Japan etwi fam o Ghana nyina so or ye cold store no. Majority of them na Kennedy Japan yere na da no into do the conclusion for yourself. So we yere ene da Shippers Authority anoa. Na ona wode ose akoko force ba Ghana ene fa tema porter. Oh yeah, sure, so we yere bema wo tua na. It's a question I'm asking you. In the Kennedy say ono so 1 million Ghana. Ma mencho JFK ni school a wesi no Kumasi. Na ma chow wire and the uti Kumasi uti MPP man na ma ka chow say unim sika boys we ewia yo ewo eye. Thank you very much, team. Before I go on, Mama Chow, this is JFK. Obeye General Secretary. Mumbusan say Onyasika when we see school way. Look at JFK, the school we see Kumasi in less than 4 years. Time obedi a year General Secretary. And I'm party this car. JFK school we see. This is JFK in school I will see. This is one part of the school. You see it? Aha. And there's a party, no, anyone sent him put the hole. They were using the party as a cash cow. The party no and the G Tammy Sikano, Free Bank of Ghana, in the name of party, no mache. JFK in school I will see Kumasi ni. This is his school. This is the General Secretary of NPP. Time I hear say General Secretary, no, you more NYE. Now the pay saying, but in this short distance, this short period, into your case party in this car, I am showing you people where the party money went. Me chiramo, mo amudi MPP China. School your friend Apple Valley International, number 2 or say in Kwantabisa Avenue in Shayesu Kumasi is wo. School your friend Apple Valley. I can show you the registration and document of the school. If you dare me, I can show you right now. I mentioned the other side of the school, JFK school now. Onu JFK. Most party in this guy, the school near JFK school. JFK now obedi General Secretary 2 days ago. No. I want to say MPP no party in this scan you. Do you know what they are doing with to you people? I can show you documents of the school. JFK General Secretary no. Or the few months now, the party the share and stand on. And the most of their party no sikanim. Do you know what they used your party for? Do you know the money laundering? Kusi boati mo JFK mo de party no yeah. Do you know? Mumusa JFK say Omeya lifestyle audit don't share with you skasi school way. How much was he paid as a general secretary? JFK say, oh, your lawyer. How many times did he practice? JFK has been able to build this school in Kumasi. Mumusano, Onyeskawain. I can show you the documents. I want you to know. You say party nisika asa, you nisika debate to your workers. Do you know what they did with Ghana's money? Do you know what they did with Ghana's money? You have no idea. Introduce some time. Now me who say Kwarabi, girls be, boys be to social media. Boss, get me the documents. Where is the document? Get me the document. I'm a we have everything. It is sometimes no. In the end, adiachin yasike de Japan say. Yasi MPP for say sikani ho. Party ni sika. Party headquarters ni siko metu ya workers. General Secretary AC mansion AC school. Metro na be mansions ne baby owi an sika national service sika no mojo na da be no wato no ne won to no mo ahemfo na mo pa ache o ma gift o ware ne na bi no akonwa na moteso no se akonwa na moteso se mudi no kura akonwa ne mfa mo hototrotro na mo ahemfo na mote bosom so a monim se na bi ene gift o ware edi bone a mo ne na mechire e pa ache o ma mo akonwa ne nkumu because mo nya ahemfo papa se akonwa na moteso no se edi no kure na se akonwa na yede moto si so prensa munim se akonwa na echiri bone akonwa bia e wo Ghana bia ye bosom se wo yo hene wo Ghana na wa adwene se obetwe phone obesoma nkofo se omonko aban mu ni nipa nko kasa na gift your worry ene na bi mo se ne ye nchi omuntuma akonwa na wote so na ye bosom no akonwa no onda mu no akonwa ni nkum every say wonya nipa sa akonwa na wote so no ebetuma giwedi enti yase Kennedy the 1 million aba ade anche yesate ha yese ba omia so 83 million ediama MPP headquarters welfare Kennedy say MPP niska monje 1 million ba omia say MPP niska monje 3 million on say afei on bebia omo asika do kuta omunsem Kennedy Japan over $80 million to pay Mahmoud Bawumia does not have $80 million to pay Mahmoud Bawumia had gold for oil for 4 years with disika Ope obi owo sika wo Ghana and Mahamudu Bawumia on ne yere Samira. The amount of money these people they hid behind Akwabia ye freno eye Alolo ene eye Gideon Boakomo, the amount of money they stole from you people. Bawumia suddenly nya 3 million Ghana cedis. MPP monje na monfanye party ni welfare. Kennedy so akoyi 1 million MPP monje into one party. You have so many rich people putting money in there. And so you be manatana people make say Adentina Ibrahim Mahama I donate $100,000, $300,000, $400,000 to NDC. Ibrahim Mahama betuma will run an office and in the company are auditing in there. But Kennedy and Bawumia will not allow you to audit them. But people have a problem. Mahmoud Bawumia be the president. How much did he make? We were the ones paying him every month. How much was his expenses? But suddenly Bawumia has so much money to do, so much money to put out there. Kennedy Japan suddenly has so much money. The money these people made from us, today they are rubbing it in our faces. Jimmy. There's this rift. And the MP before Tanasia, JFK, addressing Kennedy Japan or addressing Kennedy Japan said, Mr. President. You know why? Because the leadership of the NPP now, no, say, so they will all lose. Let me tell you, the NPP leadership, the executive now, they all know say ba. And intina Bawumia mo pese omodi omon saka den. Omo pese omodi omon saka eye register no. They know some ba. JFK mune nanabi mun they will all lose. And intina mo say register no mo register mo ba, they need to touch it. Because Mahmoud Bawumia here JFK mo. Now JFK mo be say Mahmoud Bawumia de ne kwa o wini. Even though Bawumia ne ye sika no, they know say they can go with Kennedy Japan. Now they cannot also stay as executives and support Kennedy Japan. So what do? Anything on my stack. They wish they could go with Bawumia, but they know Bawumia can never win. And even though they know Kennedy cannot win, no, they want Bawumia out of the picture because at least Kennedy there, de no kwa no more win ya. Beka say party ni bi. Now they want an excuse because say okay party ni bi. They say there obi abetuma baby because nim say Bawumia or Kennedy nobody can win. Now the reason is they know say yakoto aba nyina be lose. And yet community party JFK to me address Kennedy Japan Mr. President because that is the one with him and the P1 no. These people are criminals. Intended by Omianya Ska, my mentor JFK. Ni school na wesino, a honkrata nie. Oh, school na mrecho no. Mumusan se school no idea. Justin Kodia from Pond, director. School near the applevalley.gmail.com. Almost school ni the documentation ye munko busano JFK. the registration of the school any. Sikan kofo we own school at JFK Kusi Kumase. School no. Eye omo school ni omo dia registration ni JFK di na show no. Justin Kodua Frimpong on the director. The 10 number na wo no monfa. School no di na show company official details directors no. He is the owner. Member tena han ka asem ntu obi aso because sebi omini obi ani asem but men tena aso obi anda ada Ghana ni. So you see what's on the screen? MPP for mo. The amount of money these boys stole as executives of the MPP and the most party in the capreda ho in the Kennedy 1 million aba and at the end and at Baumia 3 million aba omo play mo adwo omo hu Jimmy Nana B party chairman JFK, all those people, they have made billions. Mr. S, today I saw you sent the party executive list in the editorial meeting. I need that pointed out to me, please. Yeah, I've seen it. Thank you, Mr. S. The amount of money the executives they made in the name of party. Do you know how money laundering happens? In the name of MPP party. Most party in this guy. This is just the general secretary. I will show you the rest. Executives when they run a party, these are the people who run the party. These are the people. You know the money these people stole? Huh? Won't go forward. Kate Jemfua. Mamian Lajin in the Huni. These are the people. These people. These people. You know how much money these people stole? Yes, a party this guy. They are going 1 million, but we have 3 million. See these people wait, Sanko for you. Do you know the money they stole? In the name of we are executives. Unim galamsia Kate Jemfua yen or Ghana. Unim asasia was saying. Nanabi, unim galamsia Nanabi ayen or Ghana. Me de Nanabi e japadinya ba bechremo. You will see. Unim sikana Nanabi e wian or Ghana. Unim and national service. Unim sana Nanabi buffer stock. Unim sikana Nanabi we wia kura buffer stock. Salam Mustafa. Iti MPP na Iran and women na Iranian MPP. Alhaji Masawudu Usman, senior most cow or a chairman. These are the people who are running the MPP. And we sit in Ghana and Adiachi, I think Kofo we say, Omontiasi Omoko demonstration. These people. Why there was Uncle Fuma or what the intelligence to run a country? Why no way more or what the intelligence to run a country? And the party for Shia, Justin Kodria, now offer a yet Canada Japan, Mr. President. You know what is happening?
Our enemy is not among us. Our opponent is not among us. Our enemy or our opponent is the NDC. And our focus should be on them. Mr. President, you recall that enemy is not among us. Our opponent is not among us. Our enemy or our opponent is the NDC. And our focus should be on them. Mr. President, you recall that enemy is not among us. Our opponent is not among us. Our enemy or our opponent is the NDC. And our focus should be on them. Mr. President, you recall that
you might think that they are joking. They really planned this. They know what they are doing. Mo party ni mo teteng. A business o. A susu no modeji. Also, Justin Kodri and him the oka, he knows. Right now, they need a supporter, a bit to keep on positions. They know that backing Bawumia cannot keep their position. And also, Justin Kodri and him the oka, on him, they planned it. They want Bawumia to understand that anyway we are yen to mean do it because you don't heaven by you can't beat Bahama. Kennedy cannot beat Bahama, but at least the people following us will think say we are making changes. That's what they want to create. Because if Bawumia is going to come, it's going to be the same fools. But they want to create an impression to Omo party for now. Sebio Omo Junwa form to say we have made changes. We are not bringing the same Bawumia, the dancing puppeteer or whatever. We have brought a new one. Even though we know we can't win, they will create that. They are creating that impression, and it's something at that table. So they know what they are doing because they themselves behind the scenes they know Bawumia can never beat Mahama and Kennedy can never beat Mahama. But how can they protect their job? How can they protect themselves? Because the base of the party are asking for change. They are not asking for change to win power. They are asking for change for the party to be attractive. Because right now, the MPP is not attractive. The only way you can make the party attractive is to change the face of the party. And if you want to change the face of the party, you need to change everybody that is in front of the leadership. It is say a per se keep a juma. Then let people understand. Say we don't need Bawumia. We will bring Kennedy. We know Kennedy cannot beat Mahama, but at least people will think, the people in this party will think, say, we the leadership, we have taken a decision. That is what is happening. It I didn't Jeff Kieno, and yes, a slip of tango. Share. Now when you catch me butu, a slip of coin. Obiani catch me butu, catch man slip it. And you deliberate. They want to send the message. We are not supposed to be foolish again. We are not supposed to be stupid again. You see, Mamika been wrong. There are some people who are sitting behind a JFK. There's one guy, not a blue shirt. You see this guy? Guy not a blue shirt. No?
Our enemy is not among us. Our opponent is not among us. Our enemy or our opponent is the NDC. And our focus should be on them. Mr. President, you recall that
your friend Ronnie Nico. He is behind Kennedy because again so bet me we need a Oslo City or Oslo City in the back. Oh, so I can't why to but I be not teach Russia Blue no. Your friend Ronnie Nico. He is following Kennedy Japan. The strategy on the JFK mo. The strategy is that he is thinking following Kennedy Japan. We bet me win Oslo or City in the back. Omo de diamond omo de moto a chess. Omo who followers na mo di party just say Jimmy. Nana be no to no. He is protecting his job up a side executive position to intimidate people, to still be there, be doing galamsey. It is not about the interests of the NPP or Ghana. It is their interest. It's why you say, Obi just say JF can get to on your slip of tongue, then you are getting it wrong. And you're deliberate. They know what they are doing. They want to change the face of the party, but they don't want to leave. They want to change Bawumia because they know deep down Bawumia cannot beat JM. And they know deep down Kennedy cannot beat Mahama. But at least when they change Bawumia, the pressure on the executives will go down. And then they'll be like, say the Kennedy Amamo. Whilst they know deep down 100%, Kennedy can never beat. Kennedy might even drop to barely 14% against Mahama. Because Bawumia, his fate has been decided on 24%. Kennedy cannot cross 24%. They know, Mr. Bawumia, his fate has been decided. 24%, that is it. On to anything above 24. And Kennedy cannot overtake Bawumia's 24. And that is where they are right now. It hurts, but this is the reality. Now, I'm sure I did. Yanko, any match maybe as we go. Today is Friday. Chief Justice Assembly is still on the table. And the new king, new law. Dear Nancy. Dear Sinina say, thank you very much, team. And the dear Sinina say, you see that her ladyship, Sarah Pamela Corantin resigns as Judicial Secretary, acting CJ Elevate deputy pending counsel's decision. Let me take the story again. I'm sorry. Her Ladyship Sarah Pamela Corantin resigns as Judicial Secretary. Acting CJ elevates deputy pending counsel decision. And yes, sorry, yeah, you see the Judicial Secretary. Oba court Ghana any court Ghana judiciary nyina. Your mami be or dan on the secretary, technically on the secretary to the Chief Justice. It is like also in basic standard mobiati asia. Chief Justice Madam Tokonu ne secretary nie. Ansa na wo de krata bi akokoma Madam Tokonu yourself mami we nsem. Enti yeka Madam Tokonu secretary penyini a onie. Your friend lead Syria Pamela. Now ade chin na mami we say onu so adwuma no onye biem or the krata aba. Adan ani buofu say ne boss ya man suspension to ono so say onye adwuma ne biem we jai because all tia say account na ya na account to ade bia the boss ye bia and ahoma so the boss nine also tia say ono so ahoma no be so the nine. She's being smart. If maybe you are not smart to know this, let me tell you the truth about this issue is that Mami Wey, she resigned about 2 weeks ago. I knew she resigned about 2 weeks ago. She held the letter. You know the reason why she didn't release? She was waiting to see, say, the petitioner, the president, it was going to go through the process to get to that point where this woman, her fate to be decided, say, she's going to be suspended or not. So she was waiting. If Tokonu had not been suspended, this woman wouldn't have resigned. She's resigning because she knows, say, if the committee finds Tokonu guilty of any crime, because remember, that committee investigation is done by, if they find Tokonu guilty, Tokonu can be trialed. Tokonu does not just walk as being found guilty. The law can be applied for Tokonu to be trialed. Because for a committee crime, she needs to be trialed by the law. This woman knowing, say, as far as Tokonu has been suspended, say investigation could end the neighbor with Tokonu Bokrono from her actions, she is technically guilty of that crime too. Because every single document Tokonu had, every little thing Tokonu did, she basically worked with her to do it. And she has seen the light, and quickly she's saying, say, Madam, walk alone, because I cannot go take the fall with you. And Mami Wey resignation in that. And 2 weeks ago, now resignation were ready. She was just waiting to see. That is why they pumped a lot of energy into MPP press conferences. If there was somebody leaking information to the MPP and Poladomo Chirimoa, it was this lady. All the information that was coming out, say, this is something speculative. When you had to say, oh, petition him, when you had to say the person who was doing that, it wasn't anybody from Mami Wey or Nana a leaky to Poladomo Chirimoa MPP mu say, talk about this, talk about this, talk about this. Now she has seen the reality. She say, no, I'm not going to go down with you because Oba Irena Mohana Sabana Waha and Judiciary Juman Papa dia and your Mame dia. Inti Madam Tokonu walk. She was pressing her boss Tokonu to resign even before the petition reached this point. Do you know? At a point when the petition came in, when the Chief Justice demanded for the petition, this lady told Madam Tokonu to resign voluntarily. And that when she resigns, what is going to happen is that she was going to walk home with all her pecs. Everything that comes with it, a Chief Justice who voluntarily resigned, she was going to go home with it. Now, Madam Tokonu told her, say, she had the backing of the MPP and that she was going to fight the NDC, fight the president, not the NDC, fight the president so she disgraces the president. That is why she was still in there. Because on a normal day, when the speculation started that there was a petition against the Chief Justice, and the first time that we heard that the president had forwarded it to the Council of State, if the Chief Justice wanted Ghanaians to know that she wasn't guilty of any crime, she would have resigned that day to let the world know, say, you know what, I don't like this back and forth and all these issues. At the end of the day, I came to occupy this position. It is not my mother's position. I can leave it. What else? For somebody to write a petition about me. But she thought she could fight the system. She thought she could fight the Constitution because she was so much filled. She was filled with so much power and arrogance. She thought that everybody would bow before her before her. And this one was advising Tokonu, Madam, Asemesi, let us all walk out. Tokonu said no, because I have the backing of Afenyo Markin. I have the backing of the NPP. They will make noise. We will leak information. Right now, this woman today, finally, she has presented her letter to the acting chief justice. Now, the new chief justice is a no-nonsense man. He has been there. He has been there from day one. Mr. Bafuboni, who is the acting chief justice, he was there before Tokonu came. He knows how things work at the Supreme Court than any of the judges in the Supreme Court today. Yeka class prefect, Yeka senior, most senior, or what Supreme Court were. This man was supposed to be a chief justice before Tokonu. Politics intra, and how Ekufuado undermine and demean judges who were qualified to be chief justices. So the new chief justice, the acting chief justice, is not a kid in this game. The moment this woman handed over her resignation, ehona na oelecte and I say or pick the deputy to act. As I speak, the deputy has been handed over this position as the judicial secretary for work to keep going. We are not going to stop. And I believe and I trust the way this new acting chief justice is doing. On per se, Obia de be the workflow and stop the workflow. Because one person cannot stop the workflow of the judiciary. If you want to resign today, you need to understand somebody is going to replace you to make sure the workflow keeps on going. As we speak, the acting chief justice, he has basically, let me show you the letter. This is the letter stating clearly that the acting chief justice, Watchro edia koma mamia also wa resigning. Okay. Into the resignation letter ne ba no. Another acting chief justice Mr. Bonny or say Mr. Metro letter bro. So I resigning in fact, the acting chief justice in the letter stated clearly what he actually wrote in the letter to this lady. I'm reading Joe. I say, at the 209th meeting of the Judicial Council held on Wednesday, 26th March 2025, the council accepted the request by His Lordship, Sarah Pamela Corantin, to be released from the duties of Judicial Secretary. Wherefore, you are hereby directed to assume the duties of Judicial Secretary pending decision by the Judicial Council and the eventual appointment of a substantive Judicial Secretary. Members of Judiciary, the Judicial Services of Ghana and the general public are to take note accordingly. Please accept my best wishes. Inti Mami wedding resignation koyana and na the acting chief justice onusu yi His Lordship Justice Paul Oyi a new person to replace Madam Serum. So when you read the document, the acting chief justice has done what? He has accepted the woman's resignation. Emma the deputy and the acting chief justice as suggested the council the general legal council to consider her as the acting. Somebody to be the substantive judicial services for opinion, they will get the person to be. And for now, no, the deputy to this lady has taken over as the acting judicial services board boss. That is it there. So you can see clearly say. Thank you very much. Thank you, team. You can see clearly say the acting chief justice, he's not playing. So also I resign a letter obi acti enimaniana ejumane koso ejumano and rest. Nobody is going to rest. But you see, the most interesting thing about the America children say, now me come ami we asem this woman. Do you know that this woman was one of the women na Madam Tokonu was trying to slaughter because a slaughter na or suggest or can send up a person in the Supreme Court. This judicial services for a secretary, Chief Justice Madam Tokonu wanted to make her a Supreme Court judge. Do you know? She actually proposed to the president that this woman who is the judicial services, the almost secretary, Madam Tokonu wanted to make this woman a Supreme Court judge. So, Refia, it was when this issue came up, when Madam Tokonu, ambulance case judge, 4 others recommended for Supreme Court. Case Wemukai 2024 July. Madam Tokonu wanted to make the judicial secretary a a Supreme Court judge. Do you remember? Aha. This was the lady Anna Tokonu Pesa Oyeno, a judge in the Supreme Court. Now, say Onkaya, the Chief Justice then, Madam Tokonu, wrote a letter to the president proposing some names to the president to say, or Sanko for the president and promote to Omunko Supreme Court. Do you remember? Let me show you the letter. Ebiana Refi. Remember this letter? This was the letter Chief Justice Madam Tokonu, extra command, another Danko Kufuado, the 30th of May 2024. Ekache Kufuado say, or proposing for appointment of 5 judges to the Supreme Court. This woman who just resigned as the judicial secretary, she was part of the people that Madam Tokonu wanted to make her a Supreme Court judge. Letter way, it came in the system for some time. Let me enlarge it. Names you can see it, right? We read the letter now. His Excellency Nana Danko Ekufuor. The date today is 30th May 2024. President of the Republic of Ghana, Jubilee House, Accra. Your Excellency, this was a letter the Honorable Chief Justice wrote to the President proposing 5 judges say on promote or inform a Supreme Court. And the lady who just resigned today, no, Judicial Secretary, or the Secretary to Madam Tokonu suggested her. She actually proposed, said that lady, Nana Danko Ekufuor, should move her to the Supreme Court. And internet them, I'm resigning because the boss, Into reading letter, now this is what Madam Tokonu wrote. Proposal for appointment of 5 judges to the Supreme Court. Thank you very much, team, for bringing this in. Reading letter now. I write to respectfully request that the following judges be appointed to the Supreme Court of Ghana. 1. Her Ladyship, Justice Angela Mensah Homia, J.A. His Lordship, Justice Eric Chebafor. Mukai Chebafor. Biya makeup Chebafor one samachro. Mr. S, get me Chebafor and the NCA case who actually jailed the people. NCA case them the second person, His Lordship, Justice Eric Chebafor. I'll talk about Chebafor, you know. Number 3, His Lordship, Justice Edward Amwaku Asante. Number 4, Her Ladyship, Justice Sarah Pamela C.A. Kuranting. And Her Ladyship, Justice Efia Asariboche. So these were the 5 judges, including Mamia Kanasemi resigning the Madam Tokonu secretary. She included her name in the judges. She was proposing. She suggested to the president to move them to the Supreme Court of Ghana. Now, make us know, one of the judges is so home. Your friend Justice Chebafor. Bokai Chebafor. Justice Chebafor. Sometimes I know Rebecca say, "I no." There's a reason why, and Bokai Judge Chebafor. Judge Chebafor nana oti NCA case so. Do you remember the NCA case? NCA case, after Power Society and the NPP government, the Attorney General, made up a case against the NCA directors to say they had committed a crime because you see the machines be by and normal they monitor a amount for conversation and almost a sikebi. So, or Safumafu, any NPP bigwigs did everything possible to make sure say Attorney General the case is not about court. The NCA case, Judge and not Eric Chebafor. Okay, Eric Chebafor. I think I have Eric Chebafor's picture. It's in one of the folders. I don't think I can have it now for you. Mr. S, thank you, Mr. S, for bringing this out. Make sure 85 judges, not Judge Baku, my friend Eric Chebafor. Eric Chebafor too was one of the judges. na Chief Justice say yemfa ne Supreme Court. This case, do you remember? NCA trial, Bafu Bonnie, William Steve, one other jailed 16 years. Nipa Otna sa case in the near friend Eric Chebafo. The reason why and the Ghana focus a judge be a year warrant to me it was because of this case. The men in red, that was the caption for the case. On that show, Mekacha Ghana for say the body language of the judge wasn't right. And that he was supposed to basically step back and look at his actions. How he was conducting himself in court. He looked more like he had a political posture than a sitting judge who was supposed to look at the case without being biased. That was my editorial. In fact, during my editorial, I even stated it in the editorial, say, Judge Chebafo, during this trial, he was basically summoned by the General Legal Counsel about his conduct. And that the General Legal Counsel advised him that the case he is sitting on, he should do what? He should make sure that he is neutral and just enough to make sure, say, atena obebuno ombu atenen chiano. I was on this case, remember, Onwedina Ohono, Bafu Bonnie, the acting Chief Justice, Ninuya Enaneye, the head of NCA. Remember, this case was one of the most controversial cases. The NPP government did everything possible to push through because they wanted some political sympathy from Ghanaians when it came to power. I was on my show telling the judge, you have the right to sit on this case, but you being a judge doesn't mean you have too much power to basically, in quote, abuse anybody who comes before you. Chebafo said he's angry. Why am I making commentary about that case and also honor the warrant at me so indefinite? Do you remember? This same judge, he's one of the judges, Madam Tokonu, suggested and proposed to the president to move to the Supreme Court. So now you see where the connection is. Listeners, do you need me to read? Do you want me to read this story? Let me put this one up. Maybe I'm Refi. So he is one of the judges, apart from a judicial secretary, no. Madam Tokonu wanted to move to the Supreme Court. Chebafo, do you know how he made his way to the appeals court or high court? No. You'll be shocked. And one day I'll come and sit here and read how he made his way so easily up there. So this was the case. And then I know, sorry, Kevin Taylor warranted that, so it was Chebafo. Madam Tokonu wanted to move Chebafo to the Supreme Court. Court issues warrant for arrest of Kelvin Taylor, Kevin. All because the High Court in Accra has issued a warrant for the arrest of social commentator Kelvin Taylor. Justice Eric Chebafo, who issued the warrant, said it was based on a vivid video in which Mr. Taylor reportedly made extremely scandalous and contemptuous statement against the court and the whole judicial administration of the country. Ose mekasetia court no, mekasetia the judiciary into a send warrant. Yamechimi fi America to jail or Ghana. This was the same judge, Madam Tokonu, in her final days wanted to move to what? The Supreme Court. This is the same judge who basically jailed NCA for Bafu Bonnie. And Bafu Bonnie, his younger brother, was the man this judge jailed for 16 years. Now you are getting the picture. The whole thing was planned to move some people who didn't deserve where they were to some places. Now, do you get the picture? And internet MPP people were so excited. Oh, Kevin Taylor, Chebafo has put Kevin Taylor, a warrant on Kevin Taylor, this guy. I came to show Chebafo and his girlfriend's picture on my show. A young girl that he was sleeping with. If you don't know Chebafo, let me show you the face of Chebafo. I have his picture, him and his girlfriend, the Legon girl, and some other girls. I have some other pictures. This Judge Chebafo. He said he sent a warrant after me. All because he was working his way to the Supreme Court. But you see, you don't basically destroy people's lives all because you have an ambition. There's nothing wrong you having an ambition, but you need to have the right ambition. You need to have the right ambition. And this is what we have been talking about. But I know sometimes, so in the past, something was created in the hearts of Ghanaians. Don't speak about the judiciary. When a judge sits in court, whatever the judge does, you don't have to even question the judge. So some bad judges, and I'm not saying Cheba was a bad judge, I'm letting you understand, some judges took advantage of that and suppressed the people. In 2012, Judge Cheba in 2012, he was a circuit court in 2012. In 2012, he was a circuit court. He superintended over a cocaine case. It turned into Kokunte. It was this man. 2012, he was a circuit court. He superintended over a cocaine case. That cocaine turned into Kokunte. 2012. Go and check Cheba Force record. Nana Dankwa Akufo came and they moved him to the High Court. At a point, he was joining appeal court cases. And then Madam Tokoni said he is ripe to be taken to the Supreme Court. Cheba 4. When he was in law school, 100 students in his class, only first 40, he wasn't part of that class. Yeah, he knows. He was in class with all these lawyers you are seeing. So we need to understand. It is not personal. It is us trying to fix the system and making sure that the right thing is done. We don't hate anybody. We can speak to the judiciary. We can condemn judges when they are not doing the right thing. It does not mean it should affect the judge's work. Because whatever commentary a journalist gives, when a journalist says a judge is being biased, it does not mean that I have infringed on your right. It is up to you to make sure you do your job. If a journalist believes that some of the utterances and your actions, your body language, it does not really sound well or look good, a journalist has the right to question your body language. Do you guys want us to do lifestyle audit on judges in Ghana? Do you guys want us to do lifestyle audit? The kind of things wealthy people have amassed. When we do lifestyle audit in Ghana, most judges in Ghana will go to jail. Majority will go to jail. But that is not what we are talking about. We are talking about your actions and your conduct in the court. Judges are not supposed to be pleasing politicians. Judges are supposed to be just. Judges are supposed to look at the issue. Judges are supposed to speak and make sure everybody involved in the case is calm, because your decision can destroy lives. Because you don't want somebody to put your brother or your sister or your wife in jail for 16 years whilst you know some things were not done right. Whilst you know maybe the way you sat on the case, something wasn't right. You know deep down. If you decide to do lifestyle audit on Judge Cheba 4, do you think Judge Cheba 4 you survive it? No. You won't survive lifestyle audits. Let us be a little bit, let us lower our ego a little bit. Let us understand people gave us opportunity. Let us respect the law, respect the power we the people we hold. The disrespect to senior judges, all because we are so affiliated to politicians. It is not going to do us any good. Flexing our muscles and making senior judges look like they are kids, all because a politician had made you who you are. Because at the end of the day, who is senior is senior. And this is where we are today. Now, so we are talking about the CJ issue. Now, I'm sure there. All right, sir. My team wants me to get you something. I don't know. Really? All right, I'll get it up. Mr. E, let me know if it's right. It's better now. A senior lawyer in Ghana is telling me to ask Madam Tokonu. You see, there are things in Ghana that some people don't talk about because some can once didn't send me baba. I've received a message from one senior judge in Ghana. He's retired. And we retired the boy here now or retire. I say, please kindly ask Madam Tokonu, what does she know about the Azuame case and what is the extent of her involvement in the said case? Is it true that she was the one who drafted the pleadings, wrote the statement of the case, and paid the filing fees? Stay tuned for more. Madam former CJ, the worst is yet to come. Please kindly fasten your seatbelt because your chicken are coming home to roast. This is from a judge. Do you know what is happening in our judiciary? Do you know what is happening in our judiciary? Do you know? You have no idea. So many things happen in the judiciary. There are people in Ghana, they are in jail because a judge was just angry. They are in jail because, were we not here when a judge sat in Ghana court and called Anas a terrorist? Were we not in this country? How can a judge go to that extent of looking into the face of a Ghanaian to call the person a terrorist? Abra, that judge cannot prove with any evidence that the person standing before him has killed intentionally, destroyed lives intentionally. A judge in Ghana sat in Ghana, emotional judges, looked in the face of Anas and said, you are a terrorist. A judge in America was scandalized when he heard that statement, that a judge sits in court without any facts to prove that somebody is a terrorist, just made that statement. Are you not scared? What will make a judge sit in court and make that statement? Are you not scared? You should be scared. If a judge can stand before a Ghanaian, with the intentions of destroying lives, now will be a terrorist in his courtroom, and goes ahead to say, you know something, this person, the case meant from out. Do you think it's a joke? This is Anas. This is Anas who, at least as we speak, this is Anas who, at least you and I, he has connections than you and I. You saw the way they treated Anas in court. They looked at his face and said, you are a terrorist. Now, what I will share me, it does not matter whether you are MPP or NDC. We are talking about a judiciary that we need to protect. Kennedy Japan sat on national television to tell us all that a judge, he threatened a judge. You are a foolish judge. You are a stupid judge. You see what I will do to you. Kennedy Japan today wants to be president of Ghana. He was a mere member of parliament. He threatened the judge on national television. We have judges in Ghana, emotional judges, political judges. We have given them the power without us giving them the nod. Majority of them will be homeless. The power the Constitution gave us through our members of parliament endorsed some of these judges to sit in the Supreme Court, to sit in our High Court, to sit in our Circuit Courts. But when we give them that authority to be just, to make sure that the law works for everyone, they take sides, some of them. For years, you people know that we've had issues with the judiciary. There are cases in the Supreme Court that had sat there for months. Serious national issues. Madam Tokonu ignores. Afenyomakin leaves the Parliament House. Within 2 hours, Madam Tokonu calls the case. You think it's a joke? All because Afenyomakin say, until one arm of government. Let me tell you, the three arms of government are independent. And legislature is most important in the three arms of government. I'm telling you. Because through the legislature, the president can be kicked out. Through the legislature, the chief justice can be kicked out. So you don't underestimate the legislature. One person walks out of the legislature, walks to the Supreme Court, goes to the chief justice and say, my love, please undermine the legislature and give me what I want. No. That is not how you build a nation. That is not how you put a nation together. When you do that, you undermine the fundamental principles that binds a nation together. And you might not see it physically. Slowly, it creeps into the democracy of the nation. It kills the democracy. It's like slow poison. It destroys the fabric. That thing that holds us. So long Ghanaians or ordinary Ghanaians don't have justice when they go to our court. And you can testify to that. That at a point, you did not even want to go to court because you were not going to get justice. This is how bad Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP. This is how bad they sank our judiciary. People who had experience, who were supposed to be looked at and given positions to lead in the judiciary, to lead in the Supreme Court, they were overlooked because people had their own ambitions. They had their own diabolic ideas, what they wanted to use the power for. And that is what Akufo-Addo did. What we are seeing today against our judiciary, in our judiciary, and all that we are seeing, the fault is the NPP Akufo-Addo leadership. Because they were able to infiltrate, they were able to force the Supreme Court to be like a circuit court. The respect the Supreme Court had, the respect that the Supreme Court yielded years back, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo reduced it because he took control. He politicized the Supreme Court. We have a member of parliament, somebody who contested on the ticket of a sitting government, NPP, moved to the Supreme Court. At least he could be qualified. He may be qualified. He may have everything. But at least, more NPP for now, more kase. Emrani daho. Nanka Mahama, at least Imran wo krampono anka onye de on changing na adwene no. At least Akufo-Addo could have said then where the MPP ni somebody go Supreme Court, it to be too much of chaos. This is how bad, this is how they destroyed this nation. You have no idea. People were using the Supreme Court as their personal property. After Nyomakin walks to the Supreme Court, even the suit that he puts before Ghanaians, it looks shitty and shady. Like a lot of grammatical and inconsistencies because some people's idea is push it through. Now, is this the court you and I want to trust? No. We need to reset the system. At a point, the court became personal issues. It became family property. The country was being destroyed. We were lucky that we came together to vote against the NPP. Look at the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission was taking an action that was wrong. The Chief Justice takes document and says, I am not here, so nobody is going to give date. We were all screaming. The Electoral Commission should not take this registration to district offices. And that every polling station should have the right. We should have access to polling stations for registration. Madam Tokonu connived with the EC boss and said, no, I am going to give a date after the EC had taken the action. How do you call this a judiciary that has integrity? How do you sit back and see this as a normal thing? This isn't. There are so many inconsistencies in the actions of the Chief Justice. And let us stop hiding behind somebody is touching our democracy, somebody is touching a woman. It is about the protection of the democracy, making sure things are done right. So it is not about an individual. It is not about a woman. It is not about somebody's personal decision. It is about resetting the system to make sure that the belief that we have in our judiciary, that belief is something we can hold on to. And that is what I see the acting CJ trying to do. Recorrecting, resetting, making sure we have some belief in our court system. When you lose the trust in the Supreme Court, in any country, that country, the beginning of the end of that country starts from the day we lose the trust in our judiciary. This is what we talked about. This is what we are talking about. It is not hatred. It is not about a political party. It's about making sure the right things are done. And people at the end of the day understand that if they are given positions, they need to understand that they need to give respect to that position and also make sure that they deliver. They do not become partisan. They did not become, especially the judiciary, they do not become biased towards anybody. See the partnership, the friendship, the harmony the Chief Justice had with Afenyomakin. See the disrespect the Chief Justice disrespected the legislature, the Speaker of Parliament. How this Afenyomakin wanted to drag the legislature in mud. And how the Chief Justice wholeheartedly wanted or helped Afenyomakin to deliberately disrespect the legislature. It is not right. It is never right. See how Ekufuado infiltrated the Ghana Bar Association. The Ghana Bar Association. It became a waiting room for Ekufuado. He goes there to sell his political message. In the history of the Republic, since the Ghana Bar Association was put together, there's been no precedent. Majority of the president or any president that went to the Ghana Bar Association event basically stood in the middle of the conversation. But another Danko Ekufuado, that is where he went to cook his political, without due respect, shit. He cooked it there, and we got lawyers clapping, cheering, because politics had infiltrated the Ghana Bar Association. That is the pain. That is what we are looking at. That is the glass that we are looking through. It is not about Tokonu. Without due respect, she's one person. There are other judges in Ghana like Tokonu who are smarter than Tokonu. So if Tokonu is not there, can't we get another woman? But it's not about her. It is not about her as a woman. It is not about her as an individual. It is about the institution that we all want to protect. And let us be honest here. Who has sacked Tokonu? She has not been sacked. Process needs to work. Now, let me show you something. You see, we woke up and we saw this. Political parties are joining MPP. They want to go out and demonstrate. Demonstrate against what? LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, NDP, non-entity distress party, PNP, profane non-entity patriots, and GUM, gullible, unreasonable merchants. And all these parties have come together to join the NPP to do what? They have come together to protest. LPG, NDP, PNP, and GUM joined NPP to demonstrate against the suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu. The suspension. The suspension. So it means Madam Tokonu has not been sacked. She has been suspended. Does the Constitution give the president right to suspend the Chief Justice? Yes. So what is the demonstration about? So Madam Tokonu cannot be suspended as the Chief Justice. Today I saw some news item. Some newspaper be editor. I don't know a newspaper. Some newspaper like that is not relevant. The first time a Chief Justice is being suspended. And I'm saying, the first time Charlotte Osei was sacked as the EC boss was the first time a woman who had the EC boss or an EC boss in Ghana was sacked. Did Ghana die? And you know the shocking thing about people saying that the Chief Justice being a woman and the first time a Chief Justice being suspended is crazy. They have forgotten that this is the first time a former president has won elections in Ghana. They have forgotten. There's always the first time to everything. The people who are saying that this is shocking, they been see that first time a chief justice has been suspended, and the Ghana Democrats now say, have you forgotten this is the first time a former president has won election again and now is the president? Have you forgotten? No. So whenever there's a first time, it does not mean that's the end of the world. It is because we have not tested our system. We have not tested our constitution. That's why we are always scared of change. There's nothing new here when Madam Tokonu is being suspended or when the Chief Justice is suspended. There's nothing here. Now, these parties that are joining MPP say, Omoko demonstration. Look at something. These political parties, LPG, in 2024 elections, they got 0.05%. LPG, they got 0.05%. Nipa omotuma LPG, miti school me enkwara be do so achen omo. 0.05%. That means a meti boarding school metuma fa enkwara more than omotuma LPG in the 2024 elections. Look at a party like NDP, Nana Kunedu party no. 2024 elections, onya 0.04%. Meti primary school enkwara me for omo no. NDP. These are the political parties who are doing what? Who are going on demonstration with the NPP. How relevant are they? Bruni were to be insignificant. That is what I am showing you. They are insignificant in our political discourse. Now, a political party like PNP, 2024 elections, they did not even take part. They don't even have party office. They are like headless chicken. They don't even have a property. Technically, it is not a political party. PNP, they did not even take part in the elections. So I don't consider them as a political party. So you see where we are heading. Now look at a party like GUM. 2024 elections, GUM enya 0.15%. GUM. Onya 0.15%. That is not a political party. That is a party that collects people. It's an extortionist party. They take money from people to live. They are extortionists. That thing is not a political party. Now the NPP itself, election 2024, omunya 38.2%. The NPP that these guys are following to go on demonstration, they got 38.2. 38.2%. So why should we as Ghanaians take such people serious? We are not. We will be stupid to look at these people and give them any attention. Why? These are scrap, waste. Most of them, they run their party from containers. Containers and kebet mama hairdressers, abo rasta womb. Containers and mama young girls, aye juma, aton, aye sanitary pad womb. Containers and kebet maton ahoma ye butre womb. Containers and kebet ma chinchinga, aton chinchinga, aton aye pork womb no. So containers in a parties we running omo parties womb, container parties. And your 40 feet containers. These are containers I see a ton gas, LPG. A party like LPG, 2024 election, LPG, on your 0.05. The leader of the LPG, he smells. The whole bomb. So how can you now bomb 38.44%? Omunina, NPP 38.2, GUM 0.15%, LPG 0.5%, NDP 0.4%. PNP, no number. Oka omunyina percentage boma 38%, 38.44%. Oka omunyina ni MPP, omunyina percentage boma 38.44%. Why should we as Ghanaians, these headless chicken, waste our time so omoko demonstration? And a young man who today, what to say, John Mahama's government, they have opened portal for people to apply for jobs. A young man and unim say NYE, unim say gepa, create opportunities for young people to go into farming. Now we jail time say make a demonstration. demonstration, what is the end game? Because Madam Chief Justice has been suspended. Is she above suspension? That is the question. 38.44. Why should we waste time on a 38.44 clowns? Why should any serious Ghanaian get up in the morning and say 38.44? These are the people who are almost so these people.
When they say something, it's primary fascicles, which means he
has a case to answer.
He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes.
No, maybe.
Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you.
That's what.
Let me tell you. Do you understand?
Committee sits.
So it can be fabricated.
That's why
it can be lies.
So if
that's
why the committee sits.
You see?
Let's have.
Let me something is primary fascicles, which means
he has a case to answer.
He has case to answer. But the constitutionally instrument here is whether or not all primary fascicles are true and are yes.
No, maybe.
Let me tell you. You agree? Let me tell you.
That's what.
Let me tell you. Do you understand?
We get up in the morning and then we say, oh, these parties, these are the people leading a demonstration for us. Okay, parties in 38.44%. Then we leave all that we are doing, follow primary fascicles. Now, Now, this demonstration they are going, what does the Constitution say? Now, let's read the Constitution, what it says about this demonstration. It will clearly tell you why nobody should pay attention to these people. Now, when you read the Constitution, this is what it says. 10. Where a petition has been referred to a committee, under this article, the president may listen to what the president can do. What he may do, meaning he has the option to do A or B. He may. He's not restricted. He may decide to say A. He may decide to say B. Now, let me show you. A. In the case of the Chief Justice, acting in accordance with the evidence of the Council of State, by warrant signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. Or see, in the case of the Chief Justice, and also by the evidence provided to him by the Council of State, and the evidence he sees, and the warrant that has been signed by him, the president may suspend the Chief Justice. And the president has suspended the Chief Justice. So what is the demonstration here? It is clear. So why should we sit in Ghana and allow these people to waste our time in the name of politics because they think, say, Jimmy? What is the essence for the demonstration? What is the reason? We are not supposed to sit on radio and discuss this. Ochina Saturday, go and see the nonsense they will be saying on TV in the morning. Hey, my friend, please, break it down. Oh, these words are too strong. You are my brother in the law school. You know, I taught you. Don't do that. Hold on. Land. Oh, it is not like that. The Chief Justice is a woman. Kwasia, some serve 4 hours. They walk away. It is clear here. Why are we even discussing this? And this, we try to make journalism so easy. You try to say, Ghana na about the most easiest thing for everyone to understand. So why are we even supposed to be granting interviews on this? This is clear cut. It does not need any interpretation. It does not need any explanation. This is self-explanatory. It explains itself. Was a committee put together? Yes. Was the petition moved to the Council of State? Yes. Was the evidence established that something happened? Yes. Does the president have the power to do that by the warrant that he has signed? Yes. The Chief Justice has been suspended. What's the big deal here? What is the big deal here? So, you need to understand that what you are seeing here, say, the 38.44 group are doing is just to slow down your progress and your distraction. The NPP knows, said the NDC, they are building this nation. in the case of the Chief Justice, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, the president is acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. So if the president is saying the Chief Justice should be suspended, it is from the advice he got from the Council of State. The president just didn't go to bed and get up and woke up and said, Chief Justice be suspended. He got advice from the Council of State that they have also looked at the petition. They see something in it. Mr. President, our advice to you is that suspend her for a committee to investigate. That's it. So who in their right sense or sense it will blame the president? What has the president done? Where in the constitution does it say the president has flouted the law? It says in accordance with the advice of the Council of State. The president listened to the advice of the Council of State and took a decision. So why are people saying Mahama has some motive? Mahama is a bad person. Mahama does not like women. Unless the person, with all due respect, unless the person is not intelligent enough to understand what is happening. Because if somebody sits on radio today as an MPP communicator and tell us to say, the president acting on the advice of the Council of State, and this is their reason, into a Ghana for one time Mahama.
Again, a ma wo Ghana nyina, a ma wo Ghana nyina. Wamomfa President Mahama enkwantina. Wamomfa nenkwantina, womunyina nkamum. A domestic violence and woditi yama.
Se emano entrega domestic violence.
Ai, emfa nenkwantina. Na omunko dwodwo no se de ya dwodwo mema wo ho no bi pepepe omampanyi dondroma ni Mahama ene ye campaign wo Ghana ene wo ka kire yen se wono ne nikuma ho pa enti na nikuma se open ma na nikuma odwene ma enti na wono wo yi na bedi akiri
ayoba no wo
yoba meba baba afedie substitution by elimination tactics obedi ade oba no a wo yinefiri ho. The Chief Justice oba or pekwan bi so atrigger yinefiri ho. The Electoral Commissioner oba or pekwan bi so atrigger yinefiri ho. Na ese ma enada emema ye bepe ma ye dada mu twantore wie ne ba wale mane ayemo basa ne bia na dwoma ma ayemo no momfa ne kwantena.
This is the party I sorry say nipa bia sorry say any omuko demonstration. This is how can you try and reason with such people? You see, this is the Tree version. I mentioned the English version. Time I shall say MPP for Ekufuado. During Ekufuado's era, oji a petition without date, without name, without signatory. Nana Danko Ekufuado still said that petition is valid to be pushed to the Chief Justice. Nana Ekufuado. And you know when Ekufuado did that, we saw the MPP make it an NDC MPP fight. They actually picked Charlotte Osei and dropped her in an NDC basket and told Ghana for say Charlotte Osei NDC ni. It whatever is happening to her, it is because the NDC are saying that the process was skewed. And how can you push or forward a petition that did not have signatories, that did not have name, that did not have date, that did not have people who basically said we are writing the petition? How can a sane president who calls himself a lawyer say that this document, so it could be like this document, it could be like this, no name, it's just some things written on it, Loud Silence TV, Facebook, YouTube. Nana Akufo-Addo received this with a caption that petition to remove John Mahama. The moment Akufo-Addo sees this, he takes this, he saw this document, he just took it and forwarded to the Chief Justice and said, this is what I have received, take it and take action. Then later, the details will be added to it. In the end, John Mahama to office. Now, dear Bechi, yate say obi atro petition akoma John Mahama. Say yampam EC boss no. Na petition nipa koma John Mahama no. Any date, any time, any signature. That petition I will just caption and write some writings on it. Now yate say John Mahama forwarded such a document to a Council of State. Dia na kambeka. Na Council of State afford akoma Chief Justice and na John Mahama afford straight akoma Chief Justice. Say a document without date, without signatories, without anything. John Mahama who ye na a petition against J. Mensana or the Aquacoma a Chief Justice and or the Akoma Council of State say, Omuntuanamo, what will you say? But do you know what happened? When that happened, the NPP led by Afenyo Markin, they were defending it. Listen to this guy. Listen to Afenyo Markin.
So it is not about Charlotte say. Okay. And let's allow the law to work. Don't let us truncate the process. We cannot continue to politicize almost everything. And I would want to urge my colleagues. Yes, there is, again, you can get some mileage in there. But there are some of it that the excesses of same will not help our democracy. And that they should be minded of these. And I'm sure that if they look at all of these and they act in good faith, it doesn't matter who is there as EC chair. This man who retired, Afarijan, he was there in the 90s. You won elections. Kufuor came, we won. 2008, Professor Mills of blessed memory won. We lost by less than 40,000. He conducted it again 2012. We went to court. Eventually, your own Charlotte Osei. Now you are owning Charlotte Osei that she's one of your own. You have a direct interest in her leadership. Yes, you must. Because I respect myself.
So you say you owe to your kind, no? Time no Charlotte Osei, no? I say it's not about Charlotte Osei. It's about the institution. Today, is it about Tokonu? It is about the institution. So Tokonu, can't we have the acting CJ? Because I'm paying you today, he's telling you Ghanaians. And what is he saying? The NDC has plans to package the judiciary with NDC sympathizers. This thing cannot be trusted. I won't say Yaka Charlotte Say no. I say it is not about Charlotte Say. I say it's about the institution. Charlotte Say Noah. Can somebody fill the position? We need people to be there. So today, is it about Tokonu? It's about the judiciary. If Tokonu is not there, can't we get somebody to replace Tokonu? Why is it said today you people are screaming and swallowing and chopping Tokonu as your member? Because it looks like you are grieving more than Tokonu. Because when you were talking about Charlotte Osei, you said the NDC, they have made Charlotte Osei one of their own. Today, you are going to court, you are having press conferences, you are doing everything to own Tokonu like your dross. Is Tokonu one of you? You are owning Tokonu, but it is not about Tokonu. It is about the process. It is about the institution. It is about protecting the judiciary. So why is it a big deal today when Tokonu has been told to step aside for investigations to go on? Can't we get somebody to replace Tokonu? That is why Mr. Bonny is there. Or you have a problem with Mr. Bonny. You have a problem with every judge who occupies that position. Because in your heads, if it's not an MPP judge like Tokonu, nobody should occupy the Chief Justice position. Is that your argument? You see, I keep telling you, this guy is a content creator. He is using the NPP to make money. Since the ECG matter by the who's for what is Okasa, Debbie. Right now, every day he's praising John Mahama. He's a thief. He has read the party. He has taken his time to analyze them. Because when we have a third vice chairman who speaks like a mountain goat, and you get a communicator saying that we should go to antenna, he will sit back and analyze. He's smart. He knows there are so many foolish people in the party. And he's maneuvering. He's using them because anytime they be me 2 million kamfoni before, especially Asante4, they be me catch Ghana for me say unwa santinia we jimia, and Asante4 nya na jimio. Unwa santinia we jimia, unhu kokotia, fa kokotine ne ja santinino. You see, and you see somebody sit on radio in Kumasi, and this issue about our judiciary, he has limited it to antenna. So not everybody has the mental fortitude to understand what is happening today. And Afenyo Markin, strategically, he decided to join the MPP because he knows there are a lot of weak, low IQ members in there. He has used them for a long time. Jimmy, And that is why he comes out to say these things. Majority of the judges in our Supreme Court today, which political party and which president appointed them? The NPP. So after even Bafuboni in the chair now as acting CJ, if it happens that a new CJ is supposed to be, it's likely to be a Supreme Court judge who was appointed by the NPP. So how can you make that argument? Because besides, get me the list of the judges today in the Supreme Court. Out of the 14 judges, only 2 were appointed by the NDC. 12 were appointed by the NPP government. So how can you sit and say that John Mahama and the NDC, they want to pack the court with NDC judges? How? Where is he going to go find the judges? He still has to pick from this same team. So how is he going to fill it with NDC judges? Because the only time John Mahama can fill the Supreme Court vacancy is when a Supreme Court judge goes on retirement. Now we don't have any Supreme Court judge going on retirement tomorrow. So how can you sit and tell Ghana and Ajuni Ejuma say John Mahama plans to do what? To fill the Supreme Court or the Judiciary with NDC sympathizers? How? Or you think the Chief Justice, acting Chief Justice now will act like Tokonu and propose people like Che Bafo and the Judicial Secretary to the President to come to the Supreme Court? You see, these are the things you do. So you think that's what everybody does. These are the things you people do. Yaditumi Mamwa, every step is a diabolic step. You are always thinking of destroying lives, taking advantage of the system. Nana Dankwe Kufuor Baye, let me tell you something. The Supreme Court na carpenter, it was because the writers of the Constitution or the draft of the Constitution, they knew, say, answer be use president now numinansa. Ususua de hu. Unim de ye, unim de enye. And I said, be uye de hiansa na de fata. So the Supreme Court judge is not one for carpenters. No, say everyone or anyone who is appointed as the president will not abuse it. But until you people came into power, until Kufuor assumed office, until you people made us understand, they say, we are all not rational. Not all politicians are intelligent and selfless. Not all politicians are patriotic. Not all politicians are intelligent to love Ghana. You are the people who have shown us the way. Majority of Ghanaians didn't understand Ghana politics until you people, Kufuor, Bawumia, Kennedy, Japan, you people, African Kingdoms, you came to power. 99% of Ghanaians didn't know that we could have a president who would diabolically bring NPP judges, 12 within 8 years, into the Supreme Court. We never thought a rational, reasonable president would do that, because we expected that the moment you move up there to be the head of this country, you are reasonable enough. Things that the ordinary Ghanaian on the street will not do, you will never do it. So when you look at this list, when you look at the list that has been flowing around, 12 judges out of the 14 judges in the Supreme Court are MPP appointed judges. So why are you making this statement? So is Mahama going to go to your hometown and bring somebody to make a judge? This is what we are talking about. It is what they do. And they are always scared that whatever they did, somebody's going to do the same against them. The reason why they are screaming all over the place and fighting and saying Tokonu is a woman, somebody's against, Mahama wants to do this, is because that is what they do. Now, let me show you something. Ghana for the NPP as a political party, they are done. I've given them a cap, 24%. But Umiao, Kennedy, nobody can cross 24% in 2028. Nobody. And nobody should fall for any of their lies. Their best is 24.2% in 2028. They know. Party physically and spiritually, they know what I'm talking about. Their highest is 24.2%. They can't cross 24. And what hurts me, and they say, they know that the NDC, John Mahama, they are delivering. They know that the government of the day is doing the job Ghanaians asked. The government is fulfilling its promise. Now, Shadi see. Cocoa board.
Beba and SU, Cocoa board were about 200 containers. AC port. Na 200 containers na agrochemicals and na juice sacks. Near Koshe Muno, Niama, obviously, you cry 2022-23. In 2025, 23-24, 24-25. And these things are supposed to be at the port. I call demurrage. As I call auction. You check here, containers no here. All those figures are much about 200. No, you check here, you husu. And it is a National Investigation Bureau. Investigate this idea. No, well, the so-called 200 containers. No, and Cocoa board stores. We are still trying to find out how many of these containers are available. What are in those containers? Now, whilst we are this shipping lines are blacklisted Cocoa board because once the shipping lines, no. Omo containers eno mo do uniama gum omo de ba port na uyi uniama no mo de omo containers echo back.
Okay,
it is a want to me you uniama no mo containers no aka omo to me go back na chere so mo adwuma no so essay into 22 23 24 niama importers omo krania mama cocoa board no omo de aba cocoa board and to me and clear niama no. It is shipping lines now blacklisted Cocoa board. And our shipping lines now some blacklisted our suppliers. No?
Okay.
Now what is interesting is say what craniama for 22-23. Uye. That was the same things for 23-24. Uye. That was the same things for 24-25. Until Ufa BBT said Jude Sachs. Jude Sachs company no supply no. They've been blacklisted by their shipping lines. Omachro petition to us attaching all the documents. No, I say in one of the first meetings I'm here with the shipping lines to plead with them, to explain to them what the issue, to tell them about how in Shisha Edi Tuhwa Sanyamanu NCBO, and to get them to also continue to do business with suppliers, no, because we'll continue to grow cocoa, and we'll continue to need agrochemicals, the fertilizers, and everything, and the sacks and all that. Now, into sacks are imported 2 years ago. We they were imported this year. Only for us to find out to say, no, knowing say before we be free, so no, Omasa award the contract for sacks for 25-26. IS season na afi nearby be komuno. Oh, mo award the idea no. What they did was that omo escrow your account Ghana International Bank of London $48 million for that money to pay for the 25-26 sacks. It is sacks now bad than no. Won't go ye. Now so sign contract 25-26 at the Tabo or whatever. I hope my tree is correct on that one. What the Tabo etusu say $48 million of cocoa board Sikano and no young fan to special account more to service the contract for 25-26. Meanwhile, there were 2 previous years, no. A 1 year, our shipping lines, or more blacklisted, a blacklisted supplier. But before you left office, you went to procure for 25-26 and escrow $48 million. So these are some of the things we keep discovering every single day. As far as
do you know the damage MPP caused before they left office? There's a reason why they don't want Chief Justice Madam Tokono to go on suspension. When they ran the Abbey catch 22, the year 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oma kranyo mama cocoa board boto. Yaka say sa juksa boto ye di cocoa gumi. Oma kra nyoma. Omuntu ya ba kupo. No mo da ho kra. Omo be free power yawo. Omo kra 2025 2026. Why na yes ano? Sa Joe Edu no. Mamema Randy up a tip off bi. Randy. Busa Addison. Busa Addison. Ne busa cocoa board boss no say. Edien fertilizer no mo kra free. Why na Holland na okra obeje fertilizers ka no. Busa omo. Randy. Busa Addison. Busa Joseph Edu. Busa ne say. Akwebi wo Holland sika be no obeje ye no. Oji say the enkofo ye na easy. Unim damage a MPP for ye. Huh? Do you know the reason why Madam Tokonuko suspension no the whole MPP person the whole world eba Ghana be ubu Ghana gumno. It is because Madam Tokonu or a red traffic light. Because or a red traffic light got here was so red on changing ko yellow and ko green. When it comes to the NPP scrutinizing and making sure the judiciary the court works. When it comes to the MPP, Madam Tokonu a red light. So red light no and changing my yellow and changing my green. The moment it is not an MPP case, Madam Tokonu or a yellow and green or so bim. But the moment it is an MPP case, say MPP and I say NDC Bechi Ubidina Kojina Kota, Madam Tokonu is red light, a jinaso. And you can't move. That is the reason why they are all screaming. They are screaming for their lives. Oh, Apalu MPP man contract. Why not contract? No, and couldn't also quite demonstrate say on him say Madam Tokonu free wa red light ni be doom, yellow and green be so. And they see Madam Tokonu as their last red light stop. Madam Tokonu blanket per asemesi. That is why they are screaming. Because they cannot go to Bafu Bunny and turn him into red lights. Bafu Bunny is always yellow and green, blinking, red, yellow, green, yellow, green. Because of the court system to flow. Bafu Bunny wants the court system to flow. It needs to flow legitimately. It needs to flow transparently. It needs to flow justly. So Bafu Bunny is looking at yellow and green. He needs the traffic to flow. Madam Tokonu is a red light district with Gina. And the traffic now are blocking. You cannot change that red light. Anything I say, on doom light, nika kranko Gina channel changing the battery than Tokwesino. Because someone say, Madam Tokonu, changing the battery kakra one chairman, the light in Gina sono. Traffic will flow. And these NPP people, they don't want any traffic to flow when it comes to the judiciary. That is the thing. That is the trick. So obia okase Mahama ya bone Madam Tokonu should not be the issue is they are fighting for themselves. Omangasa na eku omontokwa. Into when Jimia you will fight for them. Do you understand? So obia ye dede ye protest Madam Tokonu and then you change and then you suspension. That person is fighting for their lives. They are fighting to protect their crimes. MPP from Diboneno almost these people. They are adding these fools to. They are using these fools to save themselves. Sir, LPG, NDP, PNP, Gumno. They are foolish. Gumu for Jimmy. They are not smart. MPP from the 8 years say this kind of way. Yes, Gum wuna with Jimmy. LPG wuna with Jimmy. NDP wuna with Jimmy. PNP wuna with Jimmy. Na time na MPP take power. Na MPP sika, MPP concession, MPP Emma contract no what is say your friend NDP ni gum for some press conference ni Emma munyina mubi. You can see clearly say omo di party we omo GB. Now you can see clearly say omo di sa parties we omo join MPP say your demonstration no. The NPP are diabolic and they know how to use people. And they are using these people because all these people are not smart. They are stupid. Because time and now more edgy positions, edgy Sika, edgy Ghana for them. They didn't have a press conference with GUM. They didn't have a press conference with PMP. They didn't have a press conference with NDP. They didn't have a press conference with LPG. They had a press conference as an MPP party. Adentina and the demonstration. Corruption cases be a ban de biano. Who is he going to go after? Any MPP for? If I go mu because MPP who say go me Jimmy, Branabe de job no. De be am catch them say, sir MPP we more positioner. Say a come for party. The moment they win power, say we die e na ba for akoto na tie ye. Yamfa 2 million ko kire me nhia. Eno no mo de yankwasiafo we. Are you listening to me? De be am catch them say MPP pe 2 million. Or see party where they come for party. And no be na wuhunu on the screen, you know. I come for party syndrome, no. Tana na kuredu, also ya santini or ya kani. MPP here to me, omoko position and omu se Ghana ya MPP ya come for party. The moment they win power, say that be bafwa kutu na ti asante for party. Yamfa 2 million ko chire me nsia. Time do ya no mo pe running mate, then ka chire mo. Party issue statement. Mr. S, get me that statement. The party issued a statement that the NPP should take an Ashanti as a running mate. Bonofo omunya kanfo. Bonofo omunya kanfo. But when he came, say I was say ye flag a running mate to the flag bearer. The party issued a statement that your person will reanimate no we asantini. It should tell you something. They are using them to clean the shit. Because Afenyomakin, he's protecting himself from going to jail. ECG the whole. Nana B, he's protecting himself from going to jail. National Service, buffer stock. They are using these people to clean the shit. Into ye to me, I can for party. Obiam Ghana. Omunya tumia omusa dabi e bafu akoto da titi nimbo musika eno yi £700 eno the TMPP inti yamfa 2 million ko menhia enya sa na omaka kire mo because they know that majority of the people are not smart. Mr. S, get me that publication from the MPP when they insisted say Bawumia needs to elect a running mate from the Ashanti region. Adentin enka say ended the MPP ko demonstration Yankasa Asante for nkwan enko da bi say say ye obia e wo me ene e wo yen. They are two different things. Belonging to me and belonging to us are two different things. Even the forest you see like that, the moment you enter the forest, every tree stands on its own. So don't let the NPP fool you. Don't let them make you think that you are part of them. The NPP, majority of the people who are leading the NPP are scared. They know they are going to go to jail. They need to use some people to cover up their crimes. Gabi Ochedaku sika onyawo MPP no demonstration ebe kono chira wo Gabi Ochedaku wom no. The amount of money abedi to tamaye over $4 billion from the Bank of Ghana. Ochina demonstration, you see demonstration mokwakoye no. Have you heard Bedi to saying I'm going to be part of it? No. Bumpty controlled every money in Ghana under MPP rule for 8 years. Have you heard Bumpty speak? Say Okoye part of demonstration? No. Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado himself, na or police strings movie sikano. Have you heard Ekufuado say I am going to lead this demonstration? No. You know why? Sikano ba ye wo mo di. Ejuma no ba ye won kwasiafo mo ye. And kwasiafo no LPG, NDP, PMP, GUM, GUM. Because the MPP knows say omo ejimi. Do not underestimate what the NPP can do. They see majority of Ghana for so much Jimmy. During the elections, no, they made it clear. Maybe now refi mechraw. And a Friday, mechraw. Over to Ghana politics, I say NPP has agreed for Bawumia's running mate to come from Ashanti region. They agreed. Bonofo almost support to MPP. Kofo almost support to MPP. Aya Enzema for almost support to MPP. I can form 47. Don't they support the MPP? Aya then eba running mate there. Chianeche, the party wrote a letter from Menshia. Ye hiya Santiniba. There is something you are missing. And I am so happy that the Attorney General, thank you very much. the Attorney General is allowing every single person to demonstrate in Ghana. This demonstration that the NPP wants to go, the Attorney General should allow the NPP to go. Is their right. LPG, NPD, whatever, whichever date they pick, the Attorney General should not interfere. The Ghana Police Service do not interfere. Under John Dramani Mahama, demonstration should be right of every Ghanaian. The police should guide every demonstration, where to pass, where is safe for every Ghanaian to exercise their grievance. I am happy the Attorney General is allowing every single Ghanaian to exercise their rights. Your fundamental rights are important. And you know, me can on platform we so. If any security agency in Ghana, the police, the NIB, the Attorney General's office stops anybody from demonstrating in Ghana, I will speak against that institution. No institution should stop any Ghanaian from going out to demonstrate. No. But there's one thing that demonstrators need to understand. If you want to demonstrate, you have the right to demonstrate. And I want to send this message to the Attorney General, the police, the military. If any demonstrator or demonstrators decide that they want to take matters into their hands and to put the lives of people, innocent citizens, bystanders to put their lives at risk, the police should not hesitate to beat and lock them up. Everybody has the right to demonstrate. Obia with the right to demonstrate in Ghana. And Ghana Police Service, the Attorney General, do not stop anybody because it's a fundamental right. The police, the Attorney General's office should guide demonstrators where they should pass that is safe for them and safe for we Ghanaians who are not part of the demonstration. But a warning goes to demonstrators, any demonstrator. And this goes to the Ghana Police Service, the IGP, the military, the NIB, the security agencies, any demonstrator who thinks that because they have been given the room, say omunkoye yechre, anopo, erio, tries anything silly to put Ghana for life at risk, to try and destroy any property, to try and get out of any designated route or area that has been given to the demonstrators to use. If anybody tries anything, the police should not hesitate to gun them down or beat them to death, because you have been given your right and you have to exercise your right lawfully. Because your demonstration cannot put somebody's life at risk. So the IGP should not hesitate to beat people who try to use the name of demonstration to cause mayhem. If the police say, walk on this line, walk on this line. If the police say, stop here, stop here. If the police say, stick together, stick together. If you try to defy the rules from the police, you are defying the rules of this nation. And the police, they have the right to knock you down, beat you up, and lock you up. So this is simple. This is theater. That is why I support demonstrations. Over America, you hear demonstration cry, I'm on for right, you know. When you flout the law, when you go against the demonstration rules, the police will put you down. They will beat you up and lock you up. So why you saw about demonstration in Ghana? You understand, say, Emra I also would do so. Say demonstration and oppo, say you real stick to the rules. Why did you also be demonstration of attention to all because of chaos? The police will not hesitate to put blood on your head. It is simple. In tomorrow, person call demonstration, you know, you people are supposed to go out and demonstrate. It is good. It is very fantastic. It is the best. Do not. Ghana is a free country, but stick to the rules. Stick to the rules. The police officers on the street, they have kids. They have family at home. They always also need to be protected. Anybody who will be assigned by the IGP to protect you, the protester, so don't ever think, say, we a protester, or no police no guide, no, and not protector, no, or nipa. If you mess up, the Ghana police officers or the Ghana police should not hesitate to put you down. Because yet to Chrome, we need to live by rules and regulations. As simple as that. All right. we enya gidi bia simple. Ya can't to. Now something is happening which is very very interesting. Exactly 7:02 p.m. About a year 7:02 in Ghana. In Ghana, no about 11:02. Doctors at Tamale Teaching Hospital call off strike following a passionate appeal from Dagbon overlord. You see, the great king of Dagbon, he has come out to speak to the doctors at Tamale Teaching Hospital that they are dying, and that doctors, no, they should go back to work because se obia disrespect moi. It is not at the expense of Nema. Ninananom. Sebio, ne nkwara ne wafase for omo eye dukurum. Into the great king of Dagbon has spoken. It hurts me that the king spoke to these doctors to come back. But I understand the king and I respect his view and I respect his position because Nipana Omoshana Sino, he is worried about omo lives. He knows that his main responsibility is to protect the Nkorofo. So the king made the right decision and he took the best decision. But the honest truth is, if me a president of the republic and I'm a health minister, I will make sure within 6 months, all these hospital doctors from all hospital, no, I will transfer all of them from that hospital. Bring new people to that hospital. I'm telling you. If I send me a president now, send me a health minister, every single doctor or Tamale Teaching Hospital, within 6 months, I will make sure I transfer all of you. I split you up. Because you see what is happening at Tamale Teaching Hospital. The reason why they are all angry, they are feeling arrogant, their ego is not allowing them to work. And they say, they have all built colonies in Tamale. Out of a year, ignorance, no. They have used our resource, our revenue, our taxes to build their own colonies. So right now, they feel untouchable. So doctors in the hospital, Tamale Teaching Hospitals, no, private clinics, Tamale ho. And when patients come, all that they do is they refer the patients to their hospitals where they do their locum. We are doing thorough investigations on these doctors. And what I am going to put out, some of them will commit suicide. And you see, for the health ministry to break this, they need to transfer all these doctors from the hospital from the region. So if Philly say, you free region on Tiasia, that doctor can resign and come to Tamale and do what? And practice from their personal hospitals or private hospitals. And if the Ghana Health Service, the president and the minister, if they want to break that cartel of doctors running their private clinics side by side, the government hospitals, referring friends, patients to hospitals and for hospitals, the government today should try and do massive transfer of doctors around the nation. Massive transfer. They should do massive reshuffling. North to the east, east to the west, west to the south. Just mix them up. Majority of them cannot take it. They will resign. Because they cannot leave where they have built their colonies to go to another place to refer patients to doctors, hospitals they don't know. Most doctors have stayed at Tamale in that hospital for years because they have their hospitals in Tamale and they are using the government hospital, the teaching hospital as a backup. When patients go there, they'll tell them to go to my hospital, go to my friend's hospital. Now, the Ministry of Health, the solution to this nonsense happening in Ghana, doctors are making money at our expense. All that we need to do, the health ministry should have massive transfer. And that transfer should be massive to the point every regional district hospital, there should be reshuffling. There should be massive transfers. You will see that some doctors will not be able to take it because when they move from Tamale and they live in Takoradi, they will expect doctors who have come new to send patients to the hospital. Those doctors are not going to do it. Their hospitals are going to start running down. They are going to lose money. Their hospitals are going to collapse. So they will have only one option: resign and come back to Tamale to run their own personal hospitals. So the health minister, this has shown us to say, most doctors in our hospitals don't care about Ghanaians. Not all of them, but majority of these hospitals, majority of these doctors in our hospitals, they don't care about the patient. They don't care about the taxpayer. I think a massive transfer shake-up should happen in Ghana. Oko Komfanochi Teaching Hospital. Your doctors will have Omumba Hospital cry. They from 7 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon, they are in their private hospitals. They come to Komfanochi from 12 to 2. Ofriwa from 2 o'clock to 7 p.m. or at the private hospital. He spends or she spends 2 hours in the government hospital. Massive reshuffling, massive transfer must hit our health sector. We should have massive transfers of doctors in our health sector. It should happen. This has told us that there are doctors who think they are superpowers and that nobody can touch them. It is all because they are making more money than the hospitals. They don't respect the citizenry. They don't respect the patient, because in the first place, they are taking money from the patient and benefiting their own investment. So my advice to the health minister is simple. What the Dagbon king has done is the best. He's looking out for his people. He's a king who loves his people. He doesn't want to be caught in the middle of a crossfire for his people to die. He wants his people to have treatment. He has done his part. These doctors are going back because they feel that if they don't respect the Dagbon king, people will have issues with them. Not because they willingly want to go and save lives. These doctors going back to work, it is not out of their heart to willingly go and save lives. They are going there because they don't want to be seen as disrespecting the Dagbon king. So we have all gotten to that realization that these doctors are not there for us. They are not ready to help. So we need to take drastic decisions and actions that will save the ordinary citizen. And all that we can do now is to have a massive shakeup, a massive reshuffling, massive transfers. A doctor is a doctor. When they move you from Tamale all the way to Obuasi, you should be able to deliver. You can't tell me that you don't want to move from Tamale to Obuasi. You are a doctor, and wherever we put you in Ghana, you should be able to serve. So, health minister, massive doctor transfer should happen. And after we bring out our investigative piece about Tamale Teaching Hospital doctors, the health minister and the president will understand why a massive reshuffle, transfer of doctors around the nation must happen. Now, I keep telling you that the government, they are doing magic. The MPP, they don't want you to know, but yet they change the match now. Haruna Idrisu is the education minister, and the Abano Asa Emeki another history. And the reason why I will take my time to explain this history is because MPP4, they have no message. They have nothing. Their party is done. And you see, we need to understand the say, Abanwe, the goodwill Abanwe war, about power for Mantini, Nyoma Oma Yeno. We need to be following up. We need to understand they are changing this country. They are really resetting Ghana. We will end teacher licensure exams. Haruna Idrisu and the Waka. Or see teacher licensure exams now. It deny a lot of young people who have gone through training school access to jobs. And this Yaban promise in opposition say, Mahama say, Oba be the president, the health minister, no, they are going to make sure they end teacher licensure exams. And the Haruna Idrisu are making statement emphatic. Teacher licensure exams is going to end. But you see something? Nana do dankwe kufuado ne MPP for ya DB. And you see, you need a government that is intelligent to be able to correct it. And yes, sir, even though the government has good intentions, the government wants to help young teachers who have come out of teacher training colleges. If the government does not take some drastic, serious, calculated action, the mistakes the government now correct here. The teacher licensure exams are bound by but it is going to cause more harm than good. You know why? Let me show you. Now, the NDC government, omoba power no maka say omobeyi eyedi efiwo alawa efiwo NDC anka nchiremu. Yes. Now NDC ba power no anka day one na NDC ba power no nanka also omuyi alawa ni free ho. But the NDC government said they are going to take the alawa out totally after a year. Why? Because na Ekufuado aban na edi alawa ka. Na or the students ne ka millions. So the Bahama administration realized say so omoba power on the 7th of January. The following week na so omucha alawa ni ma. It means say e ka na enkwara no aban di omo ene ebi mu a omo dakemu a na ebe din so omo free mu no. That burden, so is it their fault? No. It was a reckless government that was lying to a year in Quarano. Into the Mahama administration say, Alawano mube ye free. They want to take their time in a year. So what the Mahama administration has done now, and they say they have paid majority of a car na Alawano edaho, and they are trying to clear all that debt. When they are done clearing the debt, then straight up Alawa will be taken away. Then all these nursing training colleges and teacher training colleges that are degree schools now, degree no, they will all go straight and take loans. That is right. Because the moment you come and you say you are just switching to loans, alawa ekane dahon, who is going to pay? Because some people are supposed to pay that debt. It applies to the teacher licensure exams. Now remember, the teacher licensure exams, MPP for the kofa baye. Now, so many teachers have been denied access to teach. All because the MPP government thought to say they could use the teacher licensure exams to do politics. And that there are people, they could give them questions to answer in one exams or sitting for them to become teachers. The reason why MPP did teacher licensure exam to buy, it was not to test the teacher or proficiency or the teachers being effective or knowing what they are doing. It was for them to create an opportunity for who can pay and become a teacher. So that exams back up on the buy, it was for the MPP people to get MPP boys and girls through because they were giving them the questions and also taking money for them to pass. How can somebody go to training college for all these years and you tell the person to sit down one day and write one exams and you use that to determine the future of that person who went through that career training? Because going to teacher training, a career, you are learning a career. It is a lifetime thing. So what you get is a skill. And this is what I call free SHS. When you go through teacher training college, a skill now, you learn how to be patient with a enquira. You learn how to write lesson notes. You learn how to be practical when you are teaching. You learn how to be very theological when you are teaching. You learn how to be very good too when it comes to theory part. You learn how to be a psychologist when you are standing in front of kids. There are so many things that comes together for somebody to become a round teacher. So going through a training college, it is not about somebody seeing you wearing white and khaki. It's about what you learn. The little things that ordinary people cannot get. You are able to go through the mill to have that in your pocket. That is what will guide you to, at the end of the day, pass on knowledge onto a kid. And to being a teacher is not just going to school and learning ABCD or you being able to write on the board, but you being able to, even psychologically being able to know who is a good kid, who can learn quicker, and who is a slow thinker, and who is a smart student. So all these things, all these ethics, they come together to form a teacher. So it is not about putting somebody in a classroom. Going to teacher training college, it's like going through a soccer academy. When you go through soccer academy, it is not tap and run. It is not chest and turn. It is about how you learn a ball now. Psychological part, you learn it. You learn the discipline part. You learn the skill part. You learn the confidence part. You learn the technical part. Even you learn the administrative part. Before you leave a soccer academy, you are a whole footballer. If you even drop out of soccer academy, you can pursue a course to become an administrator in soccer. So going through a soccer academy is not just to make you a footballer. It's to make you a whole person who is a package. If the soccer academy is different from somebody trying to be a soccer player or football player on their own. In the South Stadia, so a country like Holland, who are YAS players now, the academy players now, they are different from players who basically went through other channels to become players. Because Omono, they go through it as a school, it becomes a career. Now, when it comes to licensure exams, Nana Dankwe Kufuor and the MP before the IDB, they deliberately destroyed a lot of lives, or in the name of, say, they wanted to pass some group of people, take money from some group of people, and use a teacher for life to do politics. You know? Now, say NDC Abanka say licensure exams, what is going to happen? And they say, Omwa, Nana Kufuor MP mu faili omo, say Oma pass licensure exams, no. All those people, no, technically, they become unemployed. Because as we speak, all the people who did not pass the licensure exams at Yetihano, they are not employed. They are at home. Some of them are even smarter than some of the people who pass just one standing licensure exams. Does it mean, say, we as a people and NDC as a government, all those people, Ekufuor administration deliberately failed just one exams and saying, say, all the things they learned in school is useless. No? Do we also have to move on from there? No. This government wants to bring those people on board. There should be a way. There should be a plan. You cannot just come and say licensure exams no. Some people are being left behind. Do you have a strategy? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan that is going to carry them along? Because if you end licensure exams today, it means Obia one parcel licensure exams be your way forward, and they cannot be part of the employment bracket. That means they cannot have a certification to teach. But not everybody who failed the licensure exams is a bad teacher. And not everyone who passed the licensure exams is a good teacher. So we are dealing with a very delicate issue here. And Haruna Idrisu, on the Aban way, they have sat down to analyze the issue. So this is the plan they have now. Now, plan in here. Sorry. The plan is Education Minister directs NTC to propose alternatives before it scraps teacher licensure exams. In the Education Ministry, they put together a plan to make sure, say, answer no teacher licensure exams in Fiona. What is the plan for those people Ekufuor MPP deliberately deny them the chance to teach as teachers? Now, let's take our time and read the story. Very important to me. And it's a make church I deal with because maybe say the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, has tasked the National Teaching Council, that's the NTC, to develop a professional alternative to current teacher licensure exams as government prepares to scrap the policy. Haruna Idrisu, the National Teachers Teaching Council, for say, develop a framework, a plan, send a licensure exams now. There should be a planner. Ekufuor deliberately a failure training college. Almost they deserve to be part of our workforce. There should be a plan to cover all of them. So, and the Haruna Idrisu, I'm an NTC for a job to do. Now let's go inside and hear what the minister said and what the plan should be. He actually suggested some things to the NTC. Now this is what it says. This directive is in line with a campaign promised by President John Dramani Mahama during the 2024 elections to end the teacher licensure exams if elected. The Education Minister confirmed that government is committed to keeping that promise. Now, I quote the Education Minister. Now, I quote, "Yes, it is true. The NDC campaigned on a manifesto promise. We will end licensure exams. We did promise and we will keep faith with the electorate." End of quote. Now, Mr. Idrisu said he's setting up a committee to guide the transition from the existing exam system to a new form of teacher qualification assessment. Now, the licensure exams is a one-day thing. Now, Harry Idris say they are going to cancel the licensure exams and move to what we call a teacher qualification assessment. What is assessment? What is assessment and what is an exams? Now, because a teacher qualification assessment, it means it is not just one day and you don't not them such exams. Now, ABS had the uti pow and I just went to man na went to me and said and that ye into your 3 hours to write exams. Into because we're not in that condition, I went to man try and pass into I did your question was could be say that is writing an exams to pass. Now, when we talk about qualification, teacher qualification assessment, Harry Idris says almost scrappy a licensure now. They are going to do something called assessment. What is assessment? Assessment is got to do with how a teacher you do your notes, how a teacher you are efficient in class, how a teacher you have that contact hours with your students and the relationship between you and the student, teacher-student contact, how a teacher psychologically you are able to know how the students think, how a teacher you can assess the workflow. So assessment is how a teacher at the end of the day, the things you do, different things you do that shows that you are prepared to be a whole teacher. We cannot just use one exams to define a teacher, but you can use series of activities to assess the performance of a teacher to say you are qualified to continue teaching. When you go to driving test and now when you take driving test, it is not you holding a steer that at the end of the day makes you pass the test. It is your sight. It is your how you hear, how you are quick to sound, how your vision is clear, and how attentive you are. So many things come together before an instructor says you have passed the exams. It is not you controlling the steering wheel that makes you a driver. It is about how attentive, how your eyesight is good, how you pay attention to your surrounding, how your hearing is good. So you need to be assessed before you can be given a driver's license. It is not just you driving the car. If it was just you sitting before the car and moving the steering wheel, then anybody can be a driver. But so many things come together before you can be called a licensed driver. And that is what Haruna Idrisu want us to understand. The NDC want us to understand. It is not just about writing an exams that makes you a qualified teacher, but it is about you going through the assessment, the process, going through the process that makes you whole. So when you fall short at the point, you are corrected to make sure you do well at that part. There are some teachers who are very good orally. There are some teachers who can really read quickly. There are some teachers who can speak very good English. There are some teachers who are very slow. There are some teachers who are very tactical. There are teachers who are very attentive. Some teachers pay attention to details. That are the kind of things that assessment brings out of a teacher. Until you cannot just tell me, say, writing one test should qualify somebody to be a teacher. So Haruna Idrisu say, the teacher licensure exams, before they end it, they need to make sure they put something there called the teacher qualification assessment. Now, Mummy ready near the Haruna Idrisu person. It goes this way. Say no kanye. And I quote Haruna Idrisu. That is why I am putting this committee together to advise most appropriately how to walk through the transition. A transition from a licensure exams regime to a no licensure exams. End of quote. He added that the new approach should involve academic training and practical field work as part of the teacher education curriculum. And Haruna Idrisu said, so we licensure exams the new one they are bringing, it should include practical academic training and practical field work. So as a teacher, it is not about you reading grammar. You have to also be practically good. You need to know what on the field, how you can contribute to the child's development. So just writing an exams is not enough. The NDC government is saying just writing an exams is not enough for you to be a teacher. You need to go through the mill. You need to go through some assessment before you can be called a qualified teacher to teach. Now, Haruna Idrisu Konenimno say, in our manifesto, again, it was our pledge to incorporate into the curriculum of teacher training institutions, that it becomes part of their curriculum. He said he also directed the committee to consider giving candidates who failed previous licensure exams one final opportunity to resit. In the Haruna Idrisu Ekasano, or say, Okache committee say he's suggesting, say, a year or more mutual licensure exams no failure no, because we are about to end the licensure exams no, to move into practical assessment no, the committee should also find a way to let those people sit again for the licensure exam, because the reason why I'm trying for the committee to finish its work is say those who failed the licensure exams no, they should be given another opportunity to write. So nipa 2,000 failure, we could get 1,800 person to be part of the new program. Into the Haruna Idrisu NDC John Mahama administration is saying, say those who failed out the licensure exams and the Kufu no, because they are about to introduce this new one, no, it does not mean say they want to leave those behind. The licensure exam still exists. As far as it still exists, no, they should be given the opportunity to resit one more time for them to at least pass out. Now, if they get some people passing out, they'll move those people and add them to the new program. And those who do not even pass, they still should find a way to let them go through a process to be part of the mainstream. In the NDC4 suggestion, the committee and they say through the minister and they say they need to young 30 new assessment here. Licensure exams still exist. They should give those people another chance. And Haruna Idrisu was respectfully suggesting to the committee that we cannot leave them behind. These are teachers we need. These are people we need to employ. We need to make sure, because if we cut it off today, what are they going to do? And this government is a government that is coming to create jobs. This government is not coming to deny people jobs. And they are finding ways that is legitimate for people to be part of the new teacher group that are going to educate our children. Into reading the Akana, this is what he says. He made these remarks during the inauguration of the new board of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. That's the GTEC. The minister congratulated the newly appointed board members, saying a hearty congratulations from the president and on my own behalf. So blah 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 blah. That's what Haruna Idrisu said. In the end, what to say? Licensure exams. The education minister is saying is going to be cancelled. The NDC government said they'll cancel it. But they are not just going to cancel it. Before they cancel the licensure exams, they are going to make sure those people, Ekufuado MPP, country deliberately disqualified or said they did not pass, they are going to give them another chance to resit. Send your beya before they cancel it, they can all move. This is a government that is thinking. This is a government that does not want to leave anyone behind. This is a minister who is intelligent and understands how education should work. So the new system that is about to come, it is called the practical assessment. Teachers have to go through an assessment, not just sitting in a room to copy and say I am a teacher. Because going to a teacher training college, it's a career. At the moment you gain the skill, you can be assessed as time goes on. You should not write one exam to determine your destiny or your life career. So this is something that I decided to take my time to explain to Ghana for say the government is doing a lot. So Ghana, the MPP is a waste of time. Do not waste your time on the MPP, because they are not ready to help anybody. They are just there. The MPP, they are there to distract you. And it's the Ghana for Minamo Kasa. They say pay attention. The government is doing a lot. We are teaching. Pay attention. The government is doing a lot. The government wants to help you, and this is how we can build this nation. My job here is to come here, break things down to you, for you to have a clear understanding of what this government wants to do for you as a Ghanaian. I am a simple one person with my team. The best we can do is what I am doing. The best any media house can do, legitimate, to tell you the truth, to guide you, to make sure this government stays in power for 42 years, for all of us to arrive at our dream, is what I am doing. I am not Jesus. But a little knowledge and a little experience and the platform, I'm using it to basically let you know that this government is different. This government is ready to help. We need to help. We need to guide. We need to be part of the resetting agenda. I am here to help. You should also be ready to help. We need to educate each other. Jandam is dead. Our job is to use truth to build this nation. We are all Ghanaians who are ready and willing to speak truth to power. Ghanaians who will make sure that the NDC stays in power for 42 years and over. so that we as a nation can reset and build this country and make it the country that we want. My name is Kevin Taylor. My production team is called the Ghost Team. It's been a wonderful week. On Monday, we'll be here to discuss Ghana. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers. Gigim Abwache. Good night.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No, no answer my Abwache. You will for Belgium Pan. It was a Belgium Pan. It was two Belgium Pan. Why you're here? Why round? Why you're here? Why round? Why you're here? Why round? Why you're here? Supuno, why round? It was for Belgium Pan. It was a Belgium Pan. It was two Belgium Pan. It was a Belgium Pan. Why you're here? Why round? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round? Why you're here? Why round? I want it. Original. I will go for Belgium Pan. I want me to Belgium Pan. Yo! We are best fishermen. No answer my Abwache. You will for Belgium Pan. It was a Belgium Pan. It was two Belgium Pan. Why you're here? Why round? Why you're here? Why round? Why you're here? Why round? Why you're here? Supuno, why round? It was for Belgium Pan. It was a Belgium Pan. It was two Belgium Pan. It was a Belgium Pan. Why you're here? Why round? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round? Why you're here? Why round? I want it. Original. I will go for Belgium Pan. I want me to Belgium Pan. Where you man, don't crumble.